and pretty as you wish.
Yeah.
And this is what, to me, is a phenomenal thing, because it's like I can go wherever I want, style-wise, size-wise as well.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, that is your Mariposa. Absolutely. I've said that too many times. This is a beautiful dye. It's a big dye. It allows you to create so many different looks with it. And, of course, we are going to be seeing some fabulous demonstrations with this dye later on. Now, if you'd like to get hold of this one, it is 632335. That's your item number. That is your beautiful Mariposa. Again, you have got your Hochanda Freedom price with that one. So if you do want to get hold of that, please check your baskets out. See, I better show you that one as well, because I haven't showed you that, and that is just divine.
It's just amazing. It's using the glitter embossing powder over it, and then, you know, heat emboss it, and you have got that sparkle coming in. But look at the attention to detail. You know, the fine lines, those wider lines as well. It's just beautiful. I just think it's so intricate, and so many things you can do, and that perfect for around 4 inches size, which allows us to use them in all sorts of different sizes. And I think this is very important, because, well, you know, whether we want to layer like this one with the big layering dyes and still be the center of attention.
I love it. Absolutely love it. If you'd love to go for that one, you know what to do. Now, we have got more for you. This is pretty as well. This is your Celestial Wings. And this one looks like it could be a butterfly, but it could easily be an angel, couldn't it?
It could be an angel, it could be a butterfly, it could be a fairy wings, it could be a dragonfly. You can trim also the longer ones as well to do a decoupage sort of thing. So you can layer them, so you can see that there's kind of 3 layers in here. So there's 1, 2, and 3, and even the little one as well. You can trim the bottom off as well, so you can see you can make them a little bit shorter if you want, or if you want to make them like the wings, you know, when the dragonflies, you know, when they're
when the fairies' wings are dropped.
So you trim them away as well. But you could make it to look into like a little bow as well. So it's one of these really versatile that you can take your scissors into there and really shape it.
Yeah, I love it. Again, it is very versatile. It's very elegant, isn't it?
It is very elegant, and you can see that the body that we had. This one is not the flirty. This one is the you know, the hearty. This is the heart, the one with the a lot of hearts.
This one is almost, to me, it's a little bit celestial.
Yeah, it is very celestial.
I think it's a little bit magical. Is this one?
Magical? Yeah, that's another one.
Not flirty, magical. This one.
No, this one's a spiritual.
It is. It is. 447410. That's your item number if you'd like to get that. Again, you've got another Freedom price. Now, these have been very, very busy indeed. So if you do want to go for any of the dyes that we've got on today's show, please check your baskets out. 447410. That's your item number. Now, last but by no means least in our fabulous collection, and again, beautiful, beautiful dyes. If I just spin this round so you can see, you've got your 2 dyes, but have a look, and you'll have already seen these within all of them, because they all mix and match perfectly.
So we have got the Mariposa, which was the 4 inches, and these ones you have got them into smaller size, so you can see that's about 2 inches in height, and this one I would think is about 3.5. So you have got 3 different sizes, which you know that 3 magical number. So you can mix and match. You are gonna have them. You can have these. Well, I call the Monarch the larger one, and then you can have the little princess. You know, which you can mix and match in the same card.
Look at that.
Because it's a sort of same shape. Really looks really cozy.
That is gorgeous.
Thank you.
It's absolutely gorgeous. I love it because it's so striking.
It is.
You know,
and it's so easy.
Black wings. Yeah, absolutely beautiful.
The contrast between the black and the color is really. But you can make it all in what sort of colors. I think now that we are still in winter, but looking out to the spring and summer, these sort of colors, you know, they bring such a light, and with the butterflies, it's just a perfect combination. It's kind of whimsical still, but it still has got a little bit more realism to it.
Yes, definitely. It's got sophistication to it, quite frankly. Now, if you'd love to go for these, remember, if you are going for the Mariposa, I'm just going to bring the Mariposa in so you can see them next to each other. See, if you're going for the Mariposa, the collection, it works. I mean, they really, really work together. In fact, that frame, you can see
it.
Perfect.
You can see how how. So I layered the larger ones on top of white. So I did. There's a technique that if I may, if I have time in the 2 o'clock, show how I did this. It's just a little tip, and then just layer them on top of the hexagons to show in the little ones the little color through. As you can see, I just keep it very simple.
Yeah.
I could put the bodies in here if I wanted to. I mean, I wanted to have a very clean, modern sort of thing.
I love it. And it is so modern.
It is. And it's just, sometimes it's just a contract with black and the colors. You know, whatever colors you want to do, die cut it with the hexagons and just layer them.
Now, if you'd love to go for your gorgeous butterflies, if you'd love to go for your gorgeous butterflies, only £9.89. Again, another freedom prize for you. Another fabulous saving. Another one, you know, paying any postage if you're a freedom member. 29637. So now it's that time. Hold on. Hold on. What do we have to say?
Deja
a Paula
Suela. Suelta. Suela is
our floor manager.
Yeah.
My memory's this big. But it does basically mean, Paula, I can let you lose.
Oh, yeah, and my cough as well.
Oh, yeah. If you need to cough, I will come in and help chat.
So maybe you have to stand by.
Yeah, I'll be standing by. Don't you worry, my love. Now, get on the website. It is Hochanda.com. That is where you are going to find absolutely everything that we've got. Now, you've already seen a lot of colour, and they are from the beautiful Aquaflows, the Nouveau Aquaflows. Really nice, striking colours, and because they are a water-based product, you can do tons of things with them. You saw the beautiful hexagons as well. They were on that picture. So you've got loads of goodies. CC, you've got all the different colour collections there. Now remember, our Paula's put this show together, so she has picked the Aquaflows to work with. You have got some gorgeous colours there. Can't wait to see what our Paula's going to be doing. If you want to order anything, it is Hochanda.com, or you can ring us 01733 60 2000. Now then, I can't remember again. Anyway, deja a Paula suelta.
Let's see how it goes.
Over to you.
All right. So, what I thought I would do the first demo is to create this ball of butterflies, and it's a technique that then you at home you can do it, you know, just whatever shape, and then you can see how the butterflies are, and then I'm going to show you how they are. So basically, they are all die cut out of paper, and then they have been colored with embellishment mousse, and I'm going to show you step by step how to create it. So, and by the way, the bowl is actually takeaway bowl, but covered in, you know, so just those ones, or you know, ready-made out of mills, and then I just covered in with gilding flakes, and you can see how it looks like gold. Right, so let's go and start. So what I'm going to do to begin with is I'm going to take my beautiful, the very large one, which is mariposa, which, by the way, mariposa is a butterfly in Spanish. Right, so I'm going to die cut it. And when I run it through the tangerine machine, because it's 4 inches, the die, or above 4 inches, you will need at least you know, a 6-inch die cutting machine, such as the Big Shots, the couple bucks. But of course, if you have got the tangerine, which is A4, it will have no problem, and also it will die cut all the pieces. A little bit of shaking, and then you have got here that beautiful butterfly. Look at that, all that detail, and you can see that it's a really large butterfly. Now I've gone ahead and done the same thing with using the monarch and the princess, which are the other set of butterflies. All right, so we have got this too, and I have die cut a whole kaleidoscope. I believe that's the correct word for a group of butterflies. So I have got about, I would say about 8 or 9 of the little ones, and then I have got about 5 of the medium size, so monarch, and then I have got in total 5 of the mariposa. But you don't need to have, you know, a specific numbers, and of course, because they are dies, you can die cut as many as you want. Now, the paper that I'm using, that is sort of important, because you want to use card, but that is not too thick card. So the Craft Perfect cardstock, the one that has got the weave, the one that is 216, has got a beautiful texture in here. So it will cut very beautifully. But it has got, you can see that weave. You don't need a weave, but this one is so you know exactly which one I'm talking about. It's the Craft Perfect bright white in this case. You can use any color, but this 216 and the texture, the consistency of the cardstock allows you to do the next step of the technique really well. Right, so to do the next step, what we are going to do is just use, I have here, okay, let's explain it properly, a balloon. So I've gone ahead and inflated it beforehand. Nobody wants to just watch me inflating a balloon, right? So I have got this in here, and then I have got this tab, which I'm going to create a paste that is more or less a paper mache paste, but using the funky glue pen. Okay, so I'm going to do this aside, and I'm going to put here, and I'm going to use Vaseline. The reason why I'm using Vaseline is like a baking, right? So when you are baking, you need to put some sort of release, some sort of release oil or something like that to make sure that everybody's giggling and making it really difficult for me to hold the balloon within the cuff and everything. So basically, you are releasing the, once that we put the butterflies in here, it's going to come off really easily, all right? So that's what you do. And this is why I have got here a tub, so I can just hold it in here and have it, the balloon, and all the, when I am going to put it, you will see how it drips a little bit. So then you need to have it something to hold it to go together. And now I'm going to have, and also you have got a really nice soft hands now. Right. Now to create the paste for the butterflies to stick to each other and to the balloon to hold the shape, this is what the best glue I have found is the funky glue pen. Now I have got here some already done, but I'm just going to show you how, more or less, the consistency, how I start. Now what I do is I remove the little bit here and then just put a dab, 2 dabs at the beginning, and you always can make more. So you can always have it at hand. Now I'm going to start, and what I like to do is use this Nuvo spray mist, so to start diluting it a little bit, diluting it, right? Not diluting it. So you can see how I'm making it much runnier. You want it to have a consistency of, to get more or less of a, I would say a cream, single cream or whole milk. You don't want it to be too runny. And then, so you kind of do it, just put a little bit more water. So until you just mix it well, so it's the whole glue has been diluted. So it's not just clumsy or clumpy, right? Yeah, that would be the word. So basically, I end up having something like this. Okay? You can see more or less the consistency. Now, and the reason why I really recommend the funky glue pen is because instead of the Nuvo one, the Nuvo is a little bit more thicker, so you have to add more water. Right. The other thing you want to start doing with these butterflies is I like to spray them with water beforehand, before I even put them in there, to soften the fibers, to make sure that they are soaked through. So once that I put them inside it, they will be able to absorb the glue a little bit easier on the surface. Now, this is all what you have to do. Just tuck them in and make sure, and it's a good time to remove like this, those solid bits in there. And you can see that it's really soft now. And this is why I love the Craft Perfect, because it's card, but still has got, it kind of absorbs the water really well. And now I'm gonna, there are cues on the phones, I've been told. So too many cues. So now we are gonna put them in here, and then I am going to just use the water that is already here, and basically just gently putting the butterfly, and that because it's soaked in water inside and also with the glue, it's going to take the shape of the balloon. Now I'm going to take the little one. So that one would be the medium one, which is Monarch. And then this one is Princess. Now, this is the important thing. You want to overlap them, the die cut, as, you know, a little bit in here and there. And that is because of the glue, the paste that we have made, is going to attach the top butterfly to the underneath one. Now, I'm going to take the larger one and just, see, this one I forgot to spray it with water, so it's not going to be as floppy. Okay, and then I'm just going to put the larger one, and then I'm going to put them randomly. Can you see that? It's not, but overlapping and different directions. One of the good things about doing the different directions is that you can make sure that the overlapping is done properly. Now, just going to do like this. And then that's what I'm going to... And then you just keep going like that. You could put a newspaper underneath it because it is kind of messy, but the glue that we are using is water-based, and therefore, you know, it's easy to clean. I always tend to have my tonic glass mat as well, and then it's very, very easy to clean. Also, because it's the balloon like this, and that's what I'm using that top underneath it, the dripping of the glue or the paste will be onto the little tub underneath it. So the only thing I would say is that you end up, you know, with a little bit of messy hands. So have a piece of, you know, a sink nearby, or a tub with water if you don't like, or you wear gloves. That's another idea. But I like to, you know, get messy with my hands and then just have that overlay there. Okay, and then you can see how I'm just gently making sure, pushing those bits in here. You don't want to have too much of those little bits in here. So you can see, okay. And then what you do is you continue to do that and you let it dry. And you let it dry for, like, ideally overnight, to make sure that the glue and the water has dried throughout the paper, through everything, and is well and nice and stable.
Now, oh, lovely Paola, thank you very much, my darling. I am going to interrupt just a little bit while our Miss P cleans up. I love that our Paola has taken over my messy. Yeah, it's like, yes, it's almost like she's just carried on in my messy tradition. The balloon's escaping. Okay, the Mariposa, this has been really busy. In fact, over a quarter of the stock has now gone. If you'd love the Mariposa, so if you'd love to do the fabulous technique that our Paola's showing you, then obviously you want to get hold of this. This is your main feature. It's the one that's going to really stand out. This is the one that is going to fill those spaces. But it's also phenomenal whether you're using it for your home decor, whether you're using it for your card making, your scrapbooking. The choice is yours. Absolutely stunning. And I love this because it's not just the actual shape of the butterfly, it's when you look into the wings, behind the wings, so you can see the different colours. So whether you're using decorative papers, whether you're using beautiful backgrounds that you've made, whether you're going to be 3D in it, so you've got that wonderful texture as well. It's one of those that you can really decorate, I think. I think it just gives you so many opportunities. And you can see there on that frame, I mean, that is literally all you need. Make sure you get the bodies, because the bodies fit absolutely perfect. Now, if you would like that die, that is your Mariposa. If you would like it, it is only £9.89. Oops, £9.89. Really good price if you're a Hochanda Freedom member. And a Hochanda Freedom members, you don't pay anything for postage. 632335. That's your item number if you'd love to go for that one. Now, we've also got for you. Oh, now we're approaching a third of the stock here. The beautiful blooms. Now then, is that one? Oh, it's my fly, wasn't it? I thought it was. Shall I bring them up? Sorry. Where's my... Sorry. It's like I've never done this job before in my life. I've got them. It's like I've never done this job before. Isn't that weird? Beautiful blooms. Anyway... So these are your fabulous, beautiful blooms. Approaching a third of the stock has now gone. Now you are getting here such a wide collection of dyes. I love the fact that you're verso, so you have got the inner and the outer, which means you can get a solid, which means you can get a gorgeous decorative edge. And when you look at something like this, being able to create those 3D blooms looks really, really pretty. But I like the fact you can do your 3D flowers, but you can also do, of course, that decorative element as well. So just by cutting the central panel out, it does mean you're going to get all that lace detail as well. And of course you've got all the leaves, you've got the swirls, so you've got the gorgeous foliage. Now if you'd love to go for this, I love that one. That's so pretty, isn't it? Now, over a third of the stock has gone. I'm not surprised. You're paying 13 quid, just under, for all of those dyes. I mean, we are talking about 17 dyes here. Really, really effective dyes. There's so many ways you can use them. That is such a deal. £12.98. It works out at 76 pence per dye. 129605. That's your item number. Now, we have got loads of goodies. You've just seen our Paula using those glue pens to create that fantastic paste. Imagine the things you could do. This would be a brilliant craft to do with the kids. It'd be brilliant with all your other dyes. Think about other dyes. Think about string. Think about ribbons that you can use as well. So much you can do with the technique that our Paula's showing you and this glue set. And look at that. Now, you've got 10 tubes there. So if you are doing workshops or maybe, you know, maybe you're doing a kids' party, that is a cracker. 368695, only £22.49. That's your price. If you want to order it, it's hochanda.com or ring us 01733 602 Now, our Paula is ready and waiting with a dry balloon.
Yeah, I have got.
Back over.
But yeah, of course, you know what Leonie mentioned. Obviously, this technique and with the funky glue pens, you will be able to use any other, you know, like even lace as well. But of course, it's nice to create your own lace using the butterflies. Now, I have got here one that I did yesterday, and it is dry. And this is how it should dry. Now, if you don't leave it beside the heater, because the heat will deflate a little bit the balloon, and you wanted to have it be fully inflated for the next step. Now, I want to colorize it, and I want to add a little bit of metallic luster to it, and I'm going to be using the Nouveau Embellishment Mousse. And I'm in this gold mood. I have been in a gold mood forever. But so I'm using the Indian gold. Obviously, you can use any of the 48 colors that the embellishment mousse comes in. And it's water-based, so I'm using one of the Nouveau blending tools to blend it all over it. And even though it's water-based, we can color it like that perfectly. Even though it has got that coating of the funky glue on it, it will dry on it. So you want to have the inflated balloon still in there, because that's keeping the shape while we are coloring in with the embellishment mousse. Now, don't worry about how thick or how thin you're putting it. It's good to just do a nice layer over it, and then if there is any white showing, you can leave it as it is, or you can then go a second layer. So it's quite quick, and it's one of these techniques that I love how the embellishment mousse goes with the color, goes with the gold flakes that we are gonna then use for the base of the bowl. In this case, so just gonna you could use gold flakes if you wanted, but then because of the intricacy of these dyes, the mariposa, the monarch, and the princess, the gold flakes would require a little bit more brushing, and then of course you would need to put spray adhesive over it, and and then a sealant. So I like to get exactly the same color using the embellishment mousse. Okay, so then I'm just coloring in here, and then just brushing in it with the embellishment. It takes a few minutes, but it's quite quick in comparison. And then once that you have it all done, and I'm gonna just go ahead and pop the balloon. So I hope, actually I'm going to do it, I'm going to cut the ends, so it's going to be a little bit easy. Now, hopefully the Vaseline that I put at the beginning, it will make sure that it releases really nicely. Now, sometimes the first time I did it, what happened is that it flew away, and it's like I spent like about 10 minutes looking for the butterflies. But that's what they do. Butterflies do fly away, don't they? So it's kind of, it was very ironic and kind of, I would say, the right thing to do. And you can see that I just love the shape of the butterflies. You can still see them, and it's perfect to have different size of butterflies. So if you are going for, I would go for both sets, so that way you have got 3 sizes in there to play with. You know that if you like the little ones, you are going to like the larger ones, and vice versa. It's always nice to have all 3 sizes, because you never know. Now, if I wanted to have a more consistent gold over it, I would let it a few seconds to dry, and I would do another coat. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go and pop the balloon. And you can see that I have done all that using the top at the bottom, so that will give me some stability. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold it that way, and I'm going to take my scissors, because, see, I'm just going to do it. And there we have it. And there we have it. There it is. Look, there is it. And of course, we have got the white inside it, because that's the color of the card. That's the color that we haven't colored in. Now, if you wanted to have black inside it, just use the Craft Perfect black card, which will react exactly the same way. Or if you then wanted to color in, you have done it white, and then you wanted to, you could spray paint it as well. And of course, then I have got here the ball that can go inside it. And to do that, I'm just going to quickly show how I did it, if that's okay. And then what I did is I use the Nurgo glue pen, the large one that comes with the flakes. And then let me grab the flakes in here. Let me grab the so the set comes with the flakes, the double-ended brushes, 2 of them, and the glue pen. And what you do is, well, I'll do it on the glass mat, and then I can clean it. Just dab it in here, or if. And then just go over the smoother size with the brush pen, or no, that's not a brush, I say. And then just use a finer brush, and then go around the finer edges. So that one that we put in the glass mat, we lift it, and then you let it dry completely. And here is something that I had dried before. And now you can do this with any plastic. Obviously, it's not going to be something that you are going to use forever. I mean, it's going to, you know, the gold flakes are going to kind of, unless you put some sort of sealant, like you can get like an artist sealant, and then making sure that it's going to spray over it at the top, or a size that you make sure that it's kind of sealed. But you can see how it touches, and then we're using the brush, and you convert suddenly a piece of plastic that was going to be to the recycling bin, obviously, not to the refuse one, but and now you can see how amazing it looks. And now that's how I did this. So now a plastic lid, and then it's beautiful.
That's gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
That was beautiful. Recycling.
Recycling, yeah.
I do like how Paula said that as well.
Yeah, of course. Of course, but the thing with crafting and having these beautiful, like the gold flakes, and you have got the beautiful shapes, and then you can recycle what you have. Yeah, we can just
obviously. See, so the next part we go to.
Exactly, either like this, or we can have a like going to the races, yeah. Obviously, this technique, I've done it with the balloon, but you could do with other shapes. Or you could do a lampshade as well.
Yeah, I was thinking that, because if it were a lampshade...
Well, yeah, you could. Obviously, you would use a proper... So imagine that was a light bulb.
Yeah, yeah.
And
so that would look absolutely fabulous, wouldn't it? Yeah, really pretty. See, and again, yeah, that's pretty. That is really, really cool. And I bet the silhouettes of the butterfly
they would, yeah.
They cast on the walls.
You would need a little bit maybe more light, but you can put them in here, like a little bit more bulbs. But you can have it like.
You could make a full circle if it was the same size balloon.
Yeah.
Then you could easily make
the whole balloon. And one of the things I will say is that with that butterfly, with the beautiful princess, because it's such a large one, it's not too elaborate. I would just go like, I would, instead of die cutting 5, I would die cut 10, create them, all of them, and then just use those smaller ones to link them, and that's much quicker. Because I was doing just a half ball, that's why I mixed them up a little bit more.
And it's just overlapping a tiny bit to make sure they stick. That's lovely, Paula. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's so cool just sitting there watching us. I'm not going to lie. Right, I'm going to let you tidy up for another demonstration, Miss Paula. And everybody else, I'm going to take you to have a look at some of the goodies. First of all, the fantastic gilding flake bundle. Now, this is gorgeous because you've got your gilding flakes. This is a huge tub of gilding flakes. And as you've seen, you're only using a little bit. Decant them first like Paula did, so make sure they're in a big bowl, and then you can just pick up a little bit and you're not going to lose them. But it does mean you'll get really good coverage. You've got the glue pen. Now, that's really interesting. I've not seen it used on plastic before, so just think about the alternatives that you're going to use it for. So, of course, you're going to be using it for your card, for your paper, etc. But doing it with techniques like that makes it even more usable. And then, of course, you've got your brushes as well. So whether you're applying your ink with these, or of course using them for techniques, really, really handy. £16.47 is your price. You are saving £5 with that bundle if you'd love to go for it. It is 647969. That's your item number. Now, next we've got the beautiful blooms. I know exactly what these are. Now, how much has gone? Half of the stock, says our Meg. Half of the stock has gone. You are getting your 17 dies here. You've got some beautiful detail. I like them because they are so handy. They're the kind of dies you'll be able to use for so many different things. Whether you are making gorgeous 3D flowers, whether you are making those beautiful lacy flowers on your cards, the choice is yours. See, that looks so pretty. And of course, you're going to be able to mix and match them with other dyes that you've got, with loads of different cardstock, with other inky techniques as well. Really, really handy set of dyes. Paola's put these in because they are just such a good buy, quite frankly, but because they are so versatile. Now, £12.98, that is a remarkable buy, saving £24. 129605. That's your item number for those gorgeous dyes. Now, next, it's the bodies. So you've got your straight body, and then we've got your flirty body. Flirty. So because she's like, I know what you mean. I know what you mean, Miss P. So you've got your two bodies, but then you've got your tiny flower, butterflies as well. Then these are so nice because these are your little accents. These are your fillerineras. Or, of course, if you're using them on a smaller project. But the bodies are going to mix and match with the butterflies that we've got on the show. But it might be fairy wings that you're using them for. You might be mixing and matching them with other dyes that you've already got in your stash. You might actually, I mean, when you look at some of the flowers you could actually use as butterfly wings as well. You'll mix and match them and use those with all sorts. And it does allow you to get different shapes as well. Because of the style of the bodies, because of the shape of the bodies, because of the size of the bodies, they do work with all the other dye collections that we have got on the show today, with the beautiful wings and things. Now then, if you'd love to go for that collection, it is only £9.89. We have got a Hochanda Freedom price on that, £10.99 if you're not a Hochanda Freedom member. 197323. Do remember, with your Hochanda Freedom, if you aren't yet a Hochanda Freedom member, you can join at any time. It's 88888. It's only £6.97 a month, but you can cancel it. But the thing is, you get free your postage is included within the £6.97. You're not paying any postage throughout that month. It is worth giving it a go, especially when you've got some good deals on dyes like this, and this has been busy. Now, over 40% of the stock has gone. It's absolutely gorgeous. And as Paola's shown us, I mean, it really, really does make such an impression. Whether you're card making, whether you're making things for the home, whether you are doing that our Paola's just done that fantastic 3D. I tell you what as well, what I love about this, it looks so intricate, but actually that's really sturdy. And I suppose that's the beautiful thing about working with the cardstock. You know, it really is quite sturdy. The Mariposa Mariposa is the one that is dominating that. Obviously, it's going to fill your space quicker as well. So if you are doing something like this, it makes it really quick and speedy to do. Of course, you're going to be using this for card making. It's absolutely exquisite for card making and making the most out of some beautiful backgrounds that you can create. Now, if you love the Mariposa, it has been busy. I'm not surprised it's under £10, just £9.89 for Hochanda Freedom members today. That's 632335. And then the celestial wings. So these are the ones that are rather heavenly. They're a little bit magical, quite spiritual. And I think these are, again, I mean, I was saying with the flowers, when you look into them, all the different ways you can use them, they are so handy to have in your collection. Whether you be chopping the bottom elements off and just having the top wing, whether you be chopping the top wings off and just having those as a resting wing, shall we call it. I quite like that. Whether you be chopping those off and this is going to be a bow. So many different ways of using that die. It's such an intricate die as well. Very, very pretty. Really like it. Look at that. Such an intricate die. Now, again, under £10 for that die. £9.89, 447410. And then, now you've just seen this one being used. It works with the Mariposa so well. You know, if you're getting all three of them together, they just complement each other. This is your beautiful little princess and the monarch. And obviously, hold on, that's the one. Loads of ways to use these. Absolutely adore that. But I must admit, this is one of my favourites. I just think that is exquisite. I love the blaster colour. Again, it's got that modern look to it. Really, really elegant as well. Do make sure you tune in at 2 o'clock because our Paula's going to be showing us how to create that. Now, if you'd love to go for these two butterflies, really, really effective. And again, under £10 for two good-sized dies there. Only £9.89. That's 967. 377, that's your item number. Now, you've got loads of goodies on the website, like the glue, of course, that our Paula were using, and in with the wings and things, you see, you've got your ladies. Now, these are your lovely little butterflies. They're your lovely little angels, fairies, Leonie, get the word. The nice thing about your little fae and your pixie, with or without, if you're not having the flowers, bear with, let me get some words. If you're not having the wings, then they're just girls. But if you put the wings on, then obviously they become magical. And they're only £9.89. Absolutely beautiful imagery as well. £10.99 if you're not part of our Hochanda Freedom. We've also got some more wings as part of our wings and things. With these ones, these are your dragonflies, or of course, the top ones there would be perfect for your little fairies, actually. But actually, they look like a flower as well, don't they? You could easily make them into a 3D flower. Easy, the top one. Now then, 231054 is your item number. £9.89. Again, fantastic price on all of these. And then your aqua flows. Now then, absolutely gorgeous. You've got different colour options here. So that is your autumn collection. You've then got your winter collection. You've also got a summer. Oh, that's my favourite. The summer, and then the gorgeous spring. Only £11.99 for those, brand new today, and our Paula's put those in together, and she's picked the actual colour palette as well to bring you. 503612. Now Miss Paula is waiting in the wings. See what I did there, wings and things. Handing over to you, Miss D.
Right, so I'm gonna do, like, a lot of people know me for my clean and simple cards, so I'm gonna do one of them since it was, you know, my choice. So I have used the today's bouquet, one of the dies, and I cut. I like things that are a little bit off the page. So I place it in and then run it through the die cutting machine, and I have created that like, you know, almost there. Not quite broken heart, but, you know, just a little bit missing on it there. But it's a beautiful modern way of using this die. So, of course, it's my favorite tool. So, which favorite product from Tane is the stamp platform? I just adore it. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to stamp in the side. So I'm going to fold the card in half by the score, and then I'm just going to put my magnets on top. Now, you know, it comes out because it has got that open pivoting bar, and I'm going to be using the clear side because I'm going to stamp the whimsical frames that we also have on the show. And I'm going to first take, and this one is the Hello Sweetie, and I'm going to use one of the labels in here. Now remember, when we are using the stamp platform, we want to have always work with clean stamps, so because we place them onto the card, facing down, and then place them on there. Once that we are happy with how it is, then close it up, so we have got the clear side, and then we lift it up. Now is the time to ink. I am inking using black Nuvo Hybrid ink. Then close it down. Now if I had missed a little bit, or I want to intensify the black, I can go a second time with the stamp platform and get a very deep black. Also, all that ink that is on the lid, it won't transfer to my card. That's one of the advantages, which has got many more, of the stamp platform. Now I'll clean it up, because it's just good to get into the habit of doing that with using the stamp platform. Now I'm going to take my Hello, which is one of my favorite sentiments in here, and then place it in there. Now, one of the things that sometimes I forget, or I don't get time to mention on the stamp platform shows, is that this grid in here allows me to make sure that my Hello is straight. So you can see there that line going through. So now I know that it is straight, because the card is straight on the L shape, on the L measuring guides in here, and it's straight on the grid. So it's pressing down, and you can see perfect position, but I'm just like to do a second inking of the Hello there. You could write that there as well if you wanted. Now I'm going to take it away, clean it up, and then I'm going to put my stamp platform also away. So see, this is how I usually craft at home: a little bit of crafting, a little bit of stamping, a little bit of stamping, die cutting, and then my aqua flows, which are my favorite thing to color in. Now, I'm just looking at, I'm using watercolor card in here, and you will see that and then in the 2 p.m. I'm going to use the smooth card. Now the aqua flows react differently depending on the paper that you are using. So if you are using watercolor, it kind of soaks in the color much more, and it kind of blends in. And also I find it that you can dull it a little bit more, and you can see even like this. Look at how beautiful that kind of looks, very tie-dye. But you can see how the colors just seep through, and the red, for instance, is less intense than if you are using a smooth card, which I'm hoping to show you. Now that sample that Leonie loved, the heart with the butterfly in it, that one was done with ultra smooth, and the colors are a little bit more intense. And they're looking for it now. It's the one resting on the table there. So you can see how it's just a little bit softer in there. You can see. Now, also what I have done is with a baby white or a damp cloth, I can lift a little bit of the color. But you can see, because this watercolor color, it has blended really well in here. Yeah. So the difference. Okay, so basically you can see, obviously here I used the same red and the yellow, the spiced ginger, and then you can see the difference slightly of the intensity. Okay, it's hard to tell, but once you start working on it, you will find it really matters what paper you are using for the aqua flows. And always is beautiful and always is pretty, but it's a slightly different effect. So now I'm going to put on my glass mat, I'm going to put the red, which is the summer one, and a little bit of the indigo dawn, which I believe is from the winter. Spray a little bit of water, then just dab it in. Yeah. And then you can see how it starts going like that. Now I wanted more color in here, so I just kind of pick it up, drag it. Now here a little bit more, just going to drag it in here, and then you just go in and pick it up. Now, if you do that, once that is die cut, you will get more defined edges. If you do it, so you do it, one that I did earlier, and then you die cut it, you will have less defined edges, if you know what I mean. Yeah, so the color basically drags towards the ends, and you can get a little bit more shading in the edges. All right, so you can see how it has shaded a little bit more consistently. Now that's when you have die cut first. All right, now I'm going to clean it up, because when you do clean and simple cards, cleaning your surfaces is kind of an important thing, which often I do forget to do. So then, and then it's like, oh, I tried to do clean and simple, but it didn't work. I should have cleaned mine. So you can create a little bit of a splatter by using the Nuvo Light Mist. It's one of my favorite sprays because it kind of really is a mist. And then I'm gonna heat it up. Now, with any type of colors, even though if you heat it, sometimes the colors can be a little bit soften a little bit, but to be honest, I don't see that significant difference. So with the Aquaflows, I tend to heat set it. Also, I tend to heat from the bag as well as from the front, just because of the paper. You don't want to overheat the paper. Sometimes that's a little bit, it stays there. But you can see there is some droplets of water in there, which is perfect. And then you just lift them out, and you can see, it's a galactic effect with that bleaching, like bleaching effect. Right, that is because the Aquaflows are dye-based, but they are non-permanent, so you can always reactivate it. So basically the ink, highly concentrated with that dye in there, kind of soaks in through the fibers, but you can always reactivate it with the water and create more layering effects. So now I just kind of put it there, and I'm using the funky glue as well to glue. Okay. And then I'm just gonna turn them down in here and trim that exit. And we have got now that, oh, it's falling off. I should have put a little bit more glue. Let me pierce it through because, okay. And then just put a little bit more glue in here. Just make sure that it's lining up properly in there. Now, if you wanted to, because this set allows you, it has got a smaller die, you could die cut it out of white, so you have got some area to write it. I tend to just use the back or this sort of area to write it on. And now I have got the flower in here, so I'm just going to put a little bit of glue in there. And then I'm going to go with the Nuvo Crystal Drops, and then I'm just going to add, this one is the, I think is the jewel one, is the Strawberry Coulis, yeah. So just put a little 3 drops in there, and then 3 in here, and maybe a little bit in here as well. So
hello, Miss P.
Hello, Miss Leonie.
I sneaked in.
Good.
That's lovely.
And this is one of the clean and simple cards that I kind of like, but even though I got a little bit messy.
That's beautiful. I think this is it. I've always known you for your clean, simple and beautiful cards.
Thank you.
Because that's what I love about them, though. You know, they really, although it's clean and simple, they stand out. Well,
with clean and simple, what I always think is like you have to bring colour on design.
Yeah, because that colour looks exquisite.
So I like to create a lot of backgrounds like this beforehand. You know, just have a play with the Aquaflows. We just create different ones. Have them ready, then die cut them if you want to. And I have got this one, and every time it's going to be slightly different. I use exactly the same colors, the same papers, and look at that. Is this a different one?
Yeah, that's fabulous.
You can see how this one I didn't spray water over it, so it created that kind of more blended.
Yeah.
So you can just use it.
Get so many different looks.
Yeah.
It's brilliant, because if you're into your backgrounds, it's a beautiful way of showcasing your backgrounds.
And you can still do clean and simple with messy background.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, those Aquaflows, really nice pens. The colour, the intensity of the colour is exquisite, isn't it?
And they are matte. So this is one of the things. They have got that soft nylon brush in the end. You are going to be happy. It's nylon. Yes. So they are soft. You can see it here. The high concentration of dyeing is it's just fabulous, because it gives you that you can make it really strong and vibrant, or you can soften it up with water or blotching it up as well. It's absolutely phenomenal. I just love them.
You love them.
Yeah, I love them.
That's why you put them on your show.
I did, indeed.
If you do want your Aquaflows, obviously only £11.99. Loads of ways that you can use them. Please check out the website for the other Aquaflow collections that we've got. 504612. Well done, Miss.
Thank you.
How did it go? How did you feel?
Oh, good.
It's lovely, isn't it? And it got fun.
It is.
Now, obviously, our Paula is going to be let loose again. Say it again for me.
Deja a Paula suelta.
Deja a Paula suelta. Yay! At 2 o'clock, so make sure you tune in because you're going to give us different techniques, aren't you, Miss Paula?
Yes, I am a little bit different, like the frame and the 3D flowers.
Superb, cannot wait. Don't go anywhere, stay tuned. We'll see you later. Bye-bye. Coming up next, our lovely Sheena is in the building creating some gorgeous flowers. We've then got happy hour deals from Tonic, and then our Paula is being let loose again. Oh, I wish I could remember how to say it.
Hi, I'm Dali from Dali Art, and I've been crafting for over 10 years, and I've actually just recently turned my passion of crafting into my business. I started off actually with doing canvases for mixed media, lots of interior design, and I've actually grown that passion and gone into mainstream in terms of stencils, dies and stamps. My collection is mixed media, East meets West, and a lot of this comes from my heritage, and I've also just collaborated with Pentart, and this gives me the products I need to enhance my stamps, stencils and die designs. Please join me for my shows here on Hochanda.
Hi, I'm Bev, I'm from Be Crafty. We have been going for about 14 years, and 4 years ago we started designing and making our very own stamps just for you. All of our stamps are designed and made here at Be Crafty by my own fair hands, and we love using them for lots of different crafty projects. I love playing with our stamps and templates and getting as inky as I can, whether it's spraying or blending ink or stamping ink, paints, everything. We absolutely love it, and that's what we want to show you when we come to Hochanda, because we get to demo as much as we like, which is fantastic, so I can show you all the techniques that I'm learning too. So make sure you don't miss the Be Crafty shows on Hochanda.
Oh my word, we are being spoiled. This is the first of several shows with you today, Sheena.
Yes, I am. I'm mixing it up, Matt. I'm playing.
Well, what we've got to play with, and we're surrounded already with different elements to put together, because you can do so much with the Create a Flower dies. Nearly a year ago, we think. It was one of the biggest shows of 2017, honestly.
Huge,
so talked about. So many photos doing the rounds on Facebook and social media about what you can do, what you can make, and one of the busiest shows of all of the year. So the Creative Flower concept, Sheena.
So shall I tell you why and how it came about? So, you know, I love florals. I love drawing florals. I like making florals. I have floral dies. But when you create a flower, it is that flower. That's it. That's what you get, that flower. It's a daisy. It's a rose. It's a whatever. What I wanted was a flower building block, because as I've said before, many flowers fit into a blueprint shape, and what makes them what they are is the number of petals, the way the petals are formed. Are they fanned back, or are they cupped up, so like a tulip or a daisy, or how many layers? So what I wanted to create was a a building block of shapes of flowers that you could then create whatever flower you want. So if you don't like the flower, it's your fault. You could just start it. So this is one of the petals. This one is the palm leaf petal. petal. Now imagine, here's another thing, from a design point, I wanted a very narrow petal. And at first I was going to draw a very narrow petal. But then from a crafter's point, I thought, if I've got a little petal that thin, how many am I going to have to cut out?
Right.
And then how long is it going to take to stick them together and space them so they work? Right. So I thought, hang on, Douglas, 3 together. All right, now I'm going to come up with this later, but then I can have a stamp that makes it look like there's 3 separate petals. See where I'm going? Okay. But that's to come. But let me show you the concept. So every creative flower comes in different sizes. This is the palm petal, the largest, the medium, the small. If I can fit more in, I will, because it depends on whether I can nest them, because that gives you more value. So then you think, how am I going to pop this flower together? What's going to make it easier to space it out? That little dot there, that little circle there, is where you're going to glue, because normally if you make a petal shape, you're losing petal real estate by sticking the glue. So you change the actual shape of it. Okay? So what you need to do is think about how you're going to space them out. Because sometimes you can get caught out when you've got like gaps and it doesn't look cool. So one of the things to do is to make it a 6-petal flower. So if we pop this like that and we make a triangle with the first layer, like that, yes. We've got nice even spaces. We'll just see by ear. No, don't want to measure or anything like that. Then you're going to pop this one here like that, then this one here like that, and then that one there like that. Then you have a perfectly spaced pointy petal flower. Now what about if you make it bigger? Let me show you how that's that one size, that's the medium. Hello, we're talking now cushions, quilts, so people who want to applique, so people who sew, these are mixed media dyes as well, which I should mention. So these will cut out multi-layers of cotton, and layers at a time, 8 at least layers of cotton. Now you've got a huge, the samples I haven't brought, I'll be honest, because there was so much on the show. We've got both releases, because it's a massive saving show. So if you miss these, don't miss this show. Right, now that shows you the concept. That's starting. So you have to choose the shape you like best. That's your call, okay? I would say that I think the most popular one will be this one. That is also teamed up with the leaf and the no, hang on a minute. The point petal.
The pointy
with the fan. And that's the fan leaf. Now this is I'm going to show you later. This is going to be a very steampunk Art Deco fan. I made a previous show. I'm going to show you. Just a heads up. What I would say is listen to Matt, and he'll give you the idea on the shape, and then you'll rejoin me and we'll show you how to play with them. How does that sound?
Thank you, Sheena. Thank you so much for showing us the concept of it. I can show you the options now, so that it is up to you to choose the shape of the petal that you're working with. But the building blocks, the very first one you saw there was only the medium size, and then secondly we showed with that peachy pink was the large size of the petal, so you can make big flowers here, whether it is with materials or with card. We'll see you in a minute, Sheena.
Cheers, and I'll get ready to show you more.
Yeah, so you've got your leaves here. The different sets come with the dies and the stamps, okay? So this is the fan and the leaf petal. Oh, the leaf petal gives such sort of soft, delicate, sort of whimsical petals with it. There's the leaf petal there. You get these wonderful edges to it. And you can see it in a sample down here. But you can also obviously use that as a leaf. Now, the fan is over here on this design. You get lovely waves and textures with that. And the example in front of me shows you the fan design, lovely sort of symmetry with it. The stamps then come with, so you can stamp your detail on or either one. Now, you're getting the pair. There's a pair of dies, pair of stamps as well. And the dies are available on their own. Just the fan die is $14.99. Remember, these are mixed media dies as well, so that you're working with that heavier weight in order to cut through different materials. So that one die on its own, $14.99, but for an extra $9.97 you're getting 2 die sets in total and then 2 stamp sets. So for an extra $9.97 you're getting all of this as a bonus on top. Okay, so it's a good bundle here. £17 off with the introductory price too, making it a lovely set for 061 rather 078 to order now. The grey rubber stamps, by the way, are much bigger. Very quickly before we move on. much bigger than the packaging suggests, because obviously you have to make space for that L shape there. So they're big grey rubber stamps that are designed to match with your dies. That's one set. That's the fan and leaf petals, and those leaf petals are just so, I know it's bad to have a favourite, but oh, they're so delicate and lovely. So yeah, and the fan is kind of nice for you. I'm liking my Art Deco, so if you're into that as well. You've then got all of your different choices over here with your leaf shapes and your petal shapes. So this is the heart and the palm, okay, your heart and the palm. So you've got your heart stamp and then your palm stamp. In fact, to make more sort of grammatical sense, I'll just swap those over there for you so that you can see everything. 690739 is your item number to get that now, and it's £24.96 with £17 off. I must show you examples. Now, every example I show you conceptually is possible with any of your flowers today. Any of them. So this, oh, so glad it's on the top, because this was one of the biggest shows of 2017, and I remember this sample like anything. I remember that lovely, lovely sample with your colours there, those lovely, lovely colours of your petals. If you are just using purity, you know, white embossing powder here on your heart shape, you can make some lovely floral hearts with these examples. You can layer up as few or as many as you want, and it doesn't have to be circular or traditional. Let me just show an example with that. It doesn't have to be your complete circle of flower, so you're looking at a top down, but you can easily make a side view as well, so you've got options here. Let me just show one more because of the humour involved. You don't just see flowers and petals, but you could see webbed feet at the same time, so it's whatever the eye sees. Use the stamps individually as well to create things. You can make and create without the dies, certainly. Again, it's £14.99 for one die set, just here, but for £9.97 more, you are actually getting, let me try and find the best way of putting that, there we go. For £9.97 more, you're getting another die set and both of the stamp sets there. And those stamps each are worth £11.98 as well together, £11.98, so you're not even paying full price for them as well when you get the big bundle. £17 off on the heart and the palm. 690739. Something else just to mention very quickly is the textures collection. This is a big collection of creativity. You're actually getting 4 dies here in the textures collection, and the dies themselves are worth £12.99, so a big saving there of £19 off. 19 saving on that. We just looking at the item number there, 467796, and then just to mention very quickly as well, the balloon petals, these are £14.99 plus delivery to get your balloon petals. It's £492,519, and these dies cut up to 1.4 mil deep, remember, so we are going through mixed materials and fabrics as well, felts and cottons, and this is the last picture that we just wanted to show you before we rejoin Sheena. It's the pointed petals, and it's £14.99 plus delivery. 809805. That's if you want to add any more of the extra petals onto your show. You're busy right the way across the show because of the savings, because this was one of the hugest shows, one of the biggest shows of the whole year. Yes, we launched 2 petals to start with, because we didn't. I had all 6 drawn first. So I thought, well, let's see what if you like them. It was crazy. You literally couldn't get any in the UK, so the warehouse didn't have them. We couldn't get them anywhere because you bought them all as a China when we launched them. So then I followed up with the other 4 petals, and again that was really ridiculously busy. But so what we have is everything on the show. We have everything represented. So I'm going to do my best to get the concept, because it's one of the ranges that it did almost render me speechless. Because it's so vast on what you can do with it that hopefully we can get that across and get some inspiration for you in the show. Well, Sheena, I know you've got your own plan on when you're using your Pamela Deco creams, but
I'm going to use them now.
Brilliant.
You're going to use them now.
Brilliant, because we're already very busy on them. So those
fabulous.
What do you love about your Pebios?
Well, everything, the quality. For a paint, what I'm looking for is lots of pigmentation. So I've got that. Not fillers, bulking agents that can be put in paint so that they look great in a tube, but when you water them down, the colour disappears. I want a paint that looks great if I want to use a direct painted it without dilution. That will go onto furniture, onto MDF, onto wood, onto canvas, which won't fade in the sunlight.
Yeah.
So this is important to think of when you're thinking of mixed media and upcycling.
Yeah, colour fast. Yeah.
Colour fastness.
Yeah, light fast,
but
yeah.
also a paint that will, this one's dries to a fabulously matte finish.
Yes,
so normally traditional acrylic paints have a plasticky finish to them.
Yes.
So layering them up. So if I want to ink on top of an acrylic paint, for example, they don't like each other. Okay.
Yeah.
If you want to even layer other paints on top of paints, it's trickier because it doesn't have a tooth.
Right.
But this does have a tooth because it's yes. So let me show you what we did. Before I actually go to painting, can I just mention the dyes? When you're playing with the dyes, just be aware of what they can cut out, because as Matt was saying, they're a mixed media dye. They're much tougher than your regular dye. This, for example, this is one of the sensational sets. We'll come to this later, but this is super thick. It's so strong. It's got to be, because I'm going to ask it to cut out not just multi-layers of cord, 3 layers of sheena cord or watercolour cord, minimum at a time, cleanly. We don't want ragged edges, but clean cut. Fabulous coated cords that you can cut 2 and 3 layers at a time. Look at how cool these look. Now also, multi-layers of fabric. We mentioned, I now, as a crafter, want more from my investment, not just for card making. I'm looking to use things for furniture upcycling, for fabric, for applique, for all those things. And designing a product that will be that versatile is my challenge constantly, and this one has definitely achieved that. This is 8 layers of a good quality thick cotton that's been cut out cleanly with that 1 leaf petal shaped dye. If you're using the Gemini. This is leather, so this is a tough leather. So if you have handbags, this is where I'm not even apologising, I'm giving you as much inspiration as I can, because I don't have time to show you everything. So I have a leather bag I paid quite a bit of money for, and it was a nice brand. It sounds like something you would dig up. You know, an old kind of like thing that had bones and stuff in it. Yeah, we know which one, yeah. And everybody now when they use it says, oh, I love your bag, did you make a sheena? You know what, I might as well. So next time I'm making them, I'm not paying them for them, this will applique onto a fabulous upcycled leather bags. If you look online, these are great. You know, you don't even have to, you just stick them on, get the proper good strong glue. So you can make them look super funky. So, right, now, back to the paints and what we're going to do. We saw the petal shapes, didn't we?
Yes.
Now there are corresponding stamps, and the fabulous offer we have today is that you get your dies and your stamps together, because normally you would buy one and the other, and add them together later. But you're getting both. So let me show you the difference they make.
Or sometimes just choose one die set and one stamp set, and that's it.
Exactly.
But, but today,
that's right.
It's getting one die set, or an extra £9.97 gets you both die sets and both stamp sets.
And that's fabulous. You've got the full story then, because the difference the stamp makes gives the petals completely different context. So this one here, same petal, we're going to do 2 different leaves. If you want to, they're perfect partners, so whenever you want to translate this image from the stamp to your die cut, you always die cut first, then pop your stamp onto your base. Big tip is if you spray it with some stick and spray, it holds it steadier. This is something on this mat, so it's not sticking very well. I need to clean it with my stick away, and then it would stick. But let me show you, if we ink this one up with some black ink, it's a very graphic, kind of stylized petal here. But I've kept with the same concept of making it look like there's 3 petals in one, because like I said, I didn't want to have to cut out loads of really narrow skinny petals to get me flower to be a full flower with that shape petal. I thought I'd make it easy for both me and you, and then when you lift it up, look at that. How cool is that? That is completely a certain look. Now that one you can colour in with your sparkle pens, you could use Memento ink, you could sit, right, here's the thing, even if you don't like messy crafting, you can cut these out, cut all your petals out, go downstairs with your little lap tray and your pens, your alcohol pens, which, you know, that's a cleaner way to colour than me with all my inks and things. And you can sit and colour in, because this coloured in with pens or sparkle pens or whatever gives a completely different look. You get that kind of look with the petal. Okay, I'm going to cut. Let me show you another one. Oh, I've just dropped some on the floor. Maybe someone could help me with that at some point. That's another stamp that comes with that same. Look, see, it gives it a completely different look, stylised centre, and then you can, let you see, pop stuff in the middle like this. We could pop a gem in there. See, that's funky, kind of made-up fantasy flower.
Yeah.
Now, alternative, we've got more to show you like that, but alternatively, you may want to have a more natural-looking petal, okay? There's that leaf one, by the way, so the one that you could just have it as a triple leaf. Yeah, so that's two. Now, the third one is going to be more of a natural veined petal. So for that one, let me use the paints to show you this one. So when you get your paints, you'll see when they'll be brand new. You'll know they're brand new because they've got a little foil seal like this on the top. Acrylic paint, the only enemy to the acrylic paint is air. So when you, that's why it's sealed. So no air is getting into that whatsoever. So when you use your acrylic paint, make sure you screw this back on, take the lid up and pop and squeeze what you need out. That's going to be more than enough. And then you want that click. Okay, that's now is going to, and this is from the set that is from the Vintage Flora. It's a really pretty set. So we've got some fabulous samples with this. This actually was a set I put together for the launch of Creative Flower. Yeah,
they're lovely sets. I like hot and spicy. Like the ones
that's cool as well. Well, they're all gorgeous. So now, Matt, this stamp is going to give it a completely different look. Now, what I'm doing is I'm taking my paint and I'm just quickly going to brush over like this. Over this stamp, like thus. Now I can't maybe put a touch of water in just because of the studio and being bright lights and we'll pop that on there. Take my petal again, place it on the stamp, so you can stamp with these paints, yeah, and then lift it up and we'll show you what we've got.
So we've got the actual stamp.
And there you go, look.
Yes.
So that's how you're going to stamp those natural petals. Look at how sharp it is. That almost looks like it's a stamp, an ink pad.
Yeah.
It's that fine in the detail. Now, whenever you're using acrylic paints on stamps, try to pop them, some water on them. Even if you can't wash them now, get a spritzer bottle and even just spritz some water on. So it keeps it loose and then it makes it easier to clean. If it does dry on, I use just like a kitchen sponge to scour it. Now, that's on there and that's fine. So what are we going to colour it with? Same thing. But we're going to dilute it down. So the best thing is, hopefully this is dry. We want this to be dry. So if you could blast it with your heat gun, that will set that
you don't want to disturb your line art.
No. So that's blasted, that's dry there. And then what we can do is use the same paint, but dilute it down quite a bit. And then just put a wash over it.
Nice shading,
see what I mean about versatile, fabulous, quality paints, and I have used hardly any. Now, if you want to make big, huge, flamboyant flowers for weddings, for birthdays, flower walls are huge in America last year. You can do that really quickly and really cost effectively because I have got all that paint left. I will go ahead and stamp them all. Then go ahead and wet it and then do that. So I'm going to wipe this up now. I'm going to dry that just so that I can make more space because I've got so much around me here to show you as much as I can in the time I've got.
Well, that's the whole point, Sheena, the fact that you designed these creative flowers because you wanted that building block, that freedom to make what you want to make. And, once you've got the die in your hand, a mixed media die, so it's going through mixed materials, mount board, grunge board, or fabric, or whatever it might be, and you've got all those different ideas that you can then get into play using your amazing Sheena creative flowers. Now, one bundle that we haven't mentioned yet is the one with the balloon petals and the pointed petals.
Oh, balloon petals and pointed petals. That was the very first two that I released. Those were this is a fabulous. Can I make a suggestion?
Go on.
If you haven't got any creative flower yet, this is a great one to get.
It's a good starting point. You are actually saving £20. Now, normally, we'd be looking at the balloon petals dies, the one in the middle of the top row there. We'd be looking at £14.99 plus delivery for that. And then you've got your pointed petals on the right-hand side at the top. So for £20.96 more than one die pack, you're getting 2 more die sets and 2 stamp sets, which is phenomenal value to be able to get that in the bundle today. Thanks for the special price of £20 off. You get big value on that, of course. And then, of course, the sensational centres, they're going to come in so handy it
those
finishing
centres
your flower. Yeah.
are not just those. Right, the very first dyes to sell out, sensational centres.
Yeah.
Couldn't get them. We had a few of the floral ones came back in. We're still, the centres went again, because they're not just for centres of flowers. Yeah. This is what we're talking about with the sensational centres. Just let me show you. There's two designs. There's this design here. That's the dye, so you can see that shape. So it looks more kind of like a natural looking pollen when you gather them up. I've got samples, I'll show you what I mean. This one here looks more like, it looks like a retro 50s kind of space age inspired pattern.
Yeah.
And I love that. So that just as a pattern in its own right. So those are the centres. I'm going to bring this in, seeing as we're talking about it, look, there's the centre there. See?
Yeah.
See? That there is this one of the centres. So that's even that retro flower, but when you pop them together and bring them together, that's cool.
Well, that centre on its own is £12.99 plus delivery. It's on the bottom of your screen there, just to get the sensational centres. A very, very, very popular dye on the first couple of shows here with Sheen. 806 614 to order the sensational centres. The sparkle pen. Lovely.
Yes.
Yeah, this is the palm petal now, and it comes with the heart as well as the palm design. We're approaching 20% of the stock gone already after only 20 minutes on the show. So, again, the popularity of the creative flowers is showing no sign at waning. It's very, very busy.
So it's the palm with the heart one, isn't it?
Yes,
let me show you. So we'll show you both of those. So this is the palm. Now, that was a matte paint. It's a matte finish, which is fabulous. However, doesn't mean it has to stay matte. You can use your sparkle pen to sparkle, look at the bling. Then that's not dried yet. So look at the different look. Now I have one I've prepared, petals again. So again, we remember this is the same process with any of your flowers. Okay, we haven't got time to show you every flower. This is it. So we've painted the petal. First of all, something you can do is you can cut into the petals a tiny little bit more if you want. Just snip in tiny little bit with the scissors, just to give them a bit more articulation, a bit more movement. But it's your call. You can move them around like this. See, just squash them in, move them, just get them, you know, not flat. And then, as we said, the 6-petal one, we're going to make a triangle, aren't we? That would stick in the middle with a bit of glue. I'm not sticking it because I want to leave them. So then we can show you more inspiration, mix and match as the show goes on.
Every concept you're showing us,
infinite combinations. It's crazy.
Yes, the more concepts we can show, the more exciting we can get you excited. We can get about what we can do with all of them.
Because as well, Matt, then you can also mix pointy with round and balloon with heart, and it's all there for you to play with. So look at how pretty that looks. Now you might want it to look a bit blingy, so then you can add a blingy centre. I've lost one of my blingy centres.
You put one on there.
A small one. Yay! Cheers, Matt. Thank you. Okay. There you go. You can have it full-on blingy, pretty for a wedding card, for a wedding display. It's just card, but it looks something so much more now.
Yeah, because you've added structure, you've given it the paint, the sparkle pens.
That's one side.
That's just one petal, one side.
Shall we just continue with just this one to show you the show you just where you can go? This is not even. I've hardly scratched the surface here. This was the one making it more natural looking with using just some distress ink and a tiny little bit of a touch of another ink on the edges.
Have you snipped it? Oh yeah, you haven't even snipped into
those, and it's just curved back, and that's a sensational centres. I popped a little bit dimensional paint in there, but see the difference on that one? Let me just bring in something in, I know it's done just the pointed, but just as a heads up, if some of you already had the point, you're thinking, do I want the leaf ones? You might.
Don't forget, 20% of that centre's already gone as well.
That's the leaf one as well.
That's great with the leaf, doesn't it?
Isn't that pretty? I even have another one we can pop and make it a little bit, you know, symmetrical. But that's just card. That is something in a box and as a keepsake on a packaging for birthday, you know, packaging, whatever. Fabulous.
Yeah, I mean, do you know, you can make something that just a little tag that hangs around a wine bottle just to make it pretty. If you're turning up to the party with a nice gift or something, putting that on the front of a lovely gift bag. Yeah, doing it out of felt or cotton and making it on the front of a shopping tote bag is one way of doing it as well, with your fabric inks and fabric paints.
Cool. Seriously. You don't even have to sew. You know, you can get the stuff to stick the fabric on now. You know, I think I know a channel that you could watch for that. Oh yeah. Home of Crafts, Hobbies and Arts or something. They should so call themselves Hochanda for short. Presenters are a bit. Oh yeah, they get the dodgy guests. You can't shut them up. When they turn up. When they turn up, So shall we go large? Shall we go massive? Huge. Definitely. Look, you think the petal looks big, but this is massive. This is dinner plate size here. This we're going for wall art, for cushions.
Needs to be bigger for a dinner plate.
Bigger for a dinner plate, yeah, that's right. So look now, that's just painted with sparkle pen. We haven't even put a stamp on there. So that's just quick, a bit of sparkle pen. Things that you've got at home. This is stamped and embossed with a glittery embossing powder, and then I think that was aqua markers, yeah? Then we've got a different centre. What about if you want to put that one in the middle? Oh, that looks pretty cool. Or what about if we want to put that one in the middle instead? Look, different ideas. Look, we might swap that one out. Let's pop that one in there. Let's pop that in the centre. You see the combinations, it's just crazy, Matt, with what you can do with these.
Once you've got the dies, you know, use the stamps on their own, use the dies on their own, use the dies with the stamps, you know, create that way. But definitely get in touch with us if you've got any pictures or stories to tell us about how you've used your Creative Flower dies. Honestly, one of the busiest shows of last year was the launch of the Creative Flower, and the follow-up show as well, extremely busy last year in 2017. Or call us, talk live to us here in the studio, studio@hochanda.com, or phone in and chat to Sheila live in the studio.
Sorry, Matt, that comes with the heart flower?
Yes, it does.
So you want to see some inspiration?
And the heart.
Want to see the inspiration with the palm? With the heart flower? Yeah, that was the palm. So if you're getting this one, you're getting both. Huge. Look at that one. All right, then we might want to go a little bit more of a peachy tone with it. So big. See the difference? Very different shapes. I didn't want them to look anywhere close to each other. I wanted them to look very distinctively different.
The curved petals here, and the sharper pointed petals
and then
there,
look,
so that you're not...
The smaller one here.
So you get good value for your purchase.
Yeah. So can you see how we're layering them up, yeah? You could swap them though. Look, you might want to put the pointy one in the middle. This is what I was saying about you don't have to stick with the one shape. I love this one. Check this one out. That's pretty there. I like that one as well. That smaller one. Isn't that fab?
So beautiful.
This is pretty just on its own as well. Yeah. But I look at this one. This looks really blingy. This is super cool. This one here is with a it's on just a white card, and this is the metallic in the Pebby ones. If you got that metallic, that pearl and black, I wish you had. I like that one. But look, now this is Dawn. Give me one of these centres.
Right.
Look at that.
Very nice.
She liked that one. Very blingy. See, if you're a blingy person, we've got something for everybody. So that with the black pointy. See? Turn over, See how cool that looks?
Yeah.
And you can cut those separately, and you could cut those, literally cut it, so you don't have 3 every time. You can have 2 and then 1. You know, just cut down with a piece of with your scissors and whatever.
Is that the medium-sized heart as well?
That is the medium-sized heart. So this is the large heart. You could go blingy for the whole wall thing. Imagine that in the blingy version. I mean, that's on my palm. I've got huge hands. That's covering the completely. All right, so this is... It's just can be quite overwhelming on what you can do. It's overwhelming for a show to try and get the concept over. This one here, right? Other things you can do: you can stamp and emboss your petals. And then, so this one was the silver, but then I stamped and embossed with the gold, and it's got more texture again. So hopefully that started giving you an idea of what we can do, and then we've got more stamps and more shapes.
Definitely, Sheila.
Fabulous.
We've got the concept. The concept is huge of what you can do, how you can build up your petals. I kind of want to go over the bundles, Sheila, just in case you've just joined us. But before I do, I'm thinking the Pebio, really, because we're so busy on this. The Deco Creme for Pebio, I know you are big on quality. And you never recommend anything to us that isn't top-notch.
Not at all, because it would be folly, because that's what I do. You know, I don't do everything. I do what I do, and I hopefully do it as best I can.
You also meet a lot of people face-to-face, and if you recommended anything which was dodge, you'd be
and I'm not a fighter, and I'm a rubbish runner, so I better get it right.
Are you silly? So, now we are saving big time on our Deco Creme paints here, because we're saving £10, and we're getting so much in the tube as well, because these are big tubes, but also you only need a little bit to go a long way. We'll warn you now that it can become a bit of an addiction, because there are a number that's number 26, but you can get into the hundreds on Pebio paints when you start collecting. Now on the top row, we've got the peacock option with the blues and the greens, and you've put these together for us.
I did, colours sets that would work together without you having clashes and just bad things happening. So this is all very purpley cool, dark blues to bright greens and turquoises and purples in between. Absolutely stunning.
So that's the peacock option up at the top. Vintage floral is just beneath that, and they're really, really busy. These are different item numbers for each choice, by the way. And the vintage floral most popular for this hour. I'll just lift up a couple of them so that you can see the colour through the tubes. You know, so you've got a little section here, again, beautifully put together.
Thank you. A very muted, pretty set. So you've got your pinks and things, but they're a muted pink. Greens, very earthy, kind of sage, kind of warm, woody kind of greens. And again, the purples that are they're not bright, vibrant in your face. They're very subtle. No,
they're wonderfully vintage, as you say. The name description onto wood, onto canvas, onto cardboard, onto paper. You know, with your dry brushing, onto furniture even as well. So if you're upcycling or creating canvases or artwork or card craft, these are perfect. So that's the peacock and the vintage floral that we've already seen. And I love this set here, hot and spicy. It is just in front. And here it says what it is, Sheena, isn't it? It's that hot, that red and orange and yellow.
Absolutely.
Of the colour spectrum.
You know, we're talking about furniture. I just forgot. Over the past couple of days, I've just I painted a blanket chest. Darren and I painted a blanket chest for a friend.
Oh yeah.
A plain top. I need to get a picture and get it to you, and you can show it.
Yeah, definitely.
And with these very paints, and if I say it myself, it looks pretty cool.
Oh my word, that'd be so cool.
You liked it a bit as well.
Because
yeah, it looked really good.
Because I know that you're here for another couple of shows today. Get your hands on it. I know that if we can show that during this show, brilliant. But if not, you are here for a little bit longer today. You've got another couple of shows coming up.
Yeah.
So those are all different choices, different item numbers for each one as well. 116437 for the hot and spicy, saving £10. And then you've got your mediums down in the front here. These three medium.
Oh, these are amazingly cool. And maybe when we come back, would you like me to show you the mediums, what they do when we come back, when you've had a little wander down the counter?
Definitely.
Because these sell out every time. Go so quickly.
This gloss image transfer, oh my word, it's like the coolest
Connie,
in the world.
one of our producers, loves this. She had little tins for our sister's wedding, and she transferred photos of the family in black and white onto the tins of her sister when she was younger, and using the image transfer medium, and then put pretty shabby chic arrangements in it, and it looks super cool. So it's a way of transferring a photocopied image onto any surface.
Yeah, I mean,
it's brilliant, and it's a nice finish, matte, not shiny plastic like it used to be.
Well, selling out often when we see the image transfer or with the medium bundles, whichever ones we put together for you. But amazingly,
you're not even £9.97 for the.
Yes.
Whoa, we
Don't
never
look,
had
Sheena,
them.
we'll both turn to stone. We'll turn into relief paste if we look too much. £9.97 it is, saving £5. So you're not paying for one of them. It's brilliant. You've got your sand paste, your concrete relief paste, and your gloss transfer. It's as if you're buying two, but you're getting three. A97801 to get your mediums. They will go fast. And more heads up as well, because it's difficult to make a choice. I'll grant you that. It's so tough to make a choice on what you're buying. So we'll go through the different dyes in a second for you. Have a look at the website to maybe see what we're about to go through, and then you'll be able to swipe through it on your phone or your tablet or your computer, maybe, depending on how well you're set up at home. If you're set up better than me, then you'll have your tablet there. So our first one is the leaf petal to look at, and we'll try and be as quick as possible, because, you know, we want to see more. It's much better that we make time for concepts and inspiration. This is just meant to be a really quick, here are your options. So you've got your leaf petal and your fan design, both with an example in the front, and you've got your stamps which combine with them as well. Really quickly, in case you already know or not already know, you've got a very Art Deco frame there on the fan design, but they're bigger than the packaging suggests. Now, normally, one of these dies, it's mixed media, so it's oh, crumbs, I shouldn't have done that. Normally $14.99 on its own. However, for $9.97 more, you get another die set and 2 stamp sets. And they are perfect partners. They go with each other. I'm so sorry. There we go. Shall I walk away from this now, yeah? Okay. But basically, you buy this, you pay $9.97 more, technically, and you're getting all of them than just getting that on its own. Let me grab these examples for you, because I can't drop them. Oh, no, I won't drop them, and I won't throw them. Right. This is Adele's work now that we're looking at. So grab the leaves. It's a lovely, lovely die and stamp to get just for your simple card making before you even start to make up flowers. But if you wanted to use your leaf to make a flower shape or a scatter design shape, you can do. Have I done that as well? I have, haven't I? It's all happening today. And there it is. Believe in yourself. That's what I try and say before every show, but then I just end up letting myself down. Sometimes I just want to hide. And it works. Okay, he's done it. He's gone all the way now, right. So that's the leaf design. The fan design comes with that amazing Art Deco stamp. And the Art Deco stamp for making your corners there for you. And then you've got your fan design just there. Yeah, it probably is my biggest fan there. Probably my only one. So it doesn't matter. No, I'm not fishing. Don't email it. I'm not fishing. So you've got your leaf petal, your fan petal, and the 2 stamp sets. Should I knock it all over again? No, let's not do that. 061078 is your item number. You're saving £17, making that £24.96 today. This was only going to be a quick recap, so let's go really quickly through this. This is your heart. And your palm design. The heart, this is a really good example to show. This is the busiest option so far, approaching a third of the stock on this set. So use that as a little barometer. If you're stuck for making a decision, this is the one that a lot of people are going for. Not to say the other bundles aren't popular though too. This is a brilliant example to show because you've got your large die that makes that outer edge, the medium die that makes those petals in the centre, and then the very middle you've got your smallest heart die. So you've got 1, 2, 3 heart dies that come with your set. I'll show you the set. There they are. They're mixed media dies, so they'll go through mixed materials like balsa wood, like fabric, like felt as well, and anything a big pair of scissors will cut. Your Gemini will cut through these. And there's your sensational centres die, making that centre for your flower there, like so. So you get the 2 choices. You get the, well, they're not choices. You get both of them, the heart and the palm, with the matching stamps. The dies are normally $14.99 on their own, but today for $9.97 more, you're getting both sets of dies and then 2 stamp sets. It's a good offer today. 690739 is your item number, saving a whopping £17. Next up is the balloon petals. Now, we saw these singly earlier, but they're in a bundle here, and in the bundle you get the sensational centres. So that's for finishing off your flowers in the middle. So much more than just, oh, that extra bit. You know, they really do finish off your flowers and make them realistic. So there's your balloons, and then you've got your pointed petals there, all with the stamp sets up at the top too. All for giving a different result. We check these samples out. Look at that. For creating like a paisley style design. It's absolutely lovely. And then the balloon petals, you know, distress the edge of them. Fold them over a little bit. Give them that sort of delicate Busy Lizzie or a geranium sort of finish to them. Look at this, for example. Teamed up with a couple of your sentiments or other stamps, and then look at your textures, stencils and other dies on today's show for creating your backgrounds. But look at this, of working the frame as well. The flowers don't just have to be top down, you can make side views as well just by folding them over. You've got the tools, that's the whole point. But they're here with your pointed petals. And your other dies that are on today's show, creating your background, as well as the stencil to create that leaf design. So the sensational centres, bottom of the screen for those, and there you've got in the never 70% gone. Really? Individually, at the bottom of the screen, your sensational centres, they're going. 70% of the stock gone on them. It's £12.99 plus delivery to get them. They are heavyweight dies. There's 2 dies in there, and they're heavyweight dies for creating your middles. It's really nice, that. Yeah, the Textures collection. This is £35.95, by the way, to get hold of that big bundle. That's got the sensational centres in it, as well as the others. We've not looked at this yet, the Textures collection. And the Textures collection has the creativity to make your backdrops. I love this die here, the circles die. Look at that. That is your going in spirals, circular spiral design. And for cutting in, I've already got an idea for this. You know how we make a lot of background papers and things? We've got a stack of them at home. We think, what are we going to do with those? Behind there, you've made yourself like a really nice bright ammonite style fossil line, like a multicoloured fossil style. Yeah, wouldn't that be lovely? But then you're using your innie, but also the cut-outy bit, you've got the coils just there, and then the texture there on the backdrop. These are lovely, lovely dies, and because of the texture, whether you're going for something geometric or wood grain, I have to say I've been well into my... Have you been into your wood grain lately? But I saw one of the dies, the more geometric one, it's the one down here, that made me think, ooh, you know, it's going to just move me away from the whole random bark sort of thing now. And you've got your geometric cutout. That's the one that's over here. On there, so definitely want to get in there with your mixed media, your pipe work and your steampunk. You know, that's quite a nice little backdrop for your right-angled pipe work and things that might be putting on there. Lovely examples behind here, but I don't want to take your time too much because we want to zip back and see Sheena, but one very quick one, that's showing the heart flower with your backdrop cut using these textures. It's £24.96 plus delivery to order now. 467796 to go for them. Because they're mixed media dies, they will go through your mixed materials, whether it's craft metal or balsa wood or mountboard or anything like that. These are heavyweight dies. Have a look at these picks. It's 467796 to order your textures dies. But we've also got some stencils on the show. Now, these are available in pairs, but the bundle is where you get really nice value, where you've got £18 off. Now the pairs are £11.98, so you'll be getting about 2.5 there, and then but you've got all 8. You're getting all 8 stencils for £29.92. With the pairs, you'd be... Oh, actually, no, in the bundle, you're paying for 5 stencils, but you're getting 8 in total, as opposed to getting them in the pairs. 543781 to get the whole bundle there. Hopefully, we'll see them in more detail as we go. Sheena, you've got your mediums ready to go.
I have. I've got so much. So much we've got to get through. Right, the mediums. Right, quickly talk you through them again. The first thing you're going to look at is the image transfer. That's the one we mentioned. That's for get a photocopy of a black and white or colour photo, and that will transfer that onto, and even on fabric, it's washable. Yeah. Right, so metal, tin, wood, whatever. Yeah. And it looks really cool for your mixed media project. Lots of it in there. Doesn't dry, plasticky, shiny. It's a nice finish. Yes. So that's that. That's that one out the way. These two here, you have your sand paste and your concrete relief paste. They're both going to give dimension to your stenciling. Right, the sand paste has got a granular kind of graininess to it. Again, because these are new, take the little foil cover off, and let me show you what this looks like. Thank you. Yeah. Yes, Matt. Yeah. Cheers. Sorry. So let me show you quickly. Just to explain, Matt's looking after me. It's that stamp there that we put acrylic paint on. We're going to give it to Donna because I've just seen her walk in. Yeah. And she could wash that. Thank you. Mind your top. All right. Cheers, Matt. That's okay. I just worry. I don't like to see things go. So, and the most simple thing you can do, you might want to maybe just add a bit of texture. So, say this is just any colour background. You might have a canvas that you've stuck some buttons, some old beads, some whatever. Things you don't like. Colours are really not the best, yeah? But you want to make a mixed media piece, and you're just sticking stuff on there. But in amongst it, you want some flatter areas where you want some dimension, but you want it to look maybe a little bit just corroded, a little bit random texture. This sand gel is going to do that for you, and it's much finer for detailed stenciling than the other sand texture gel and Pebble. If you've seen previous shows, it's a different range. It's a much finer sand, so it holds better detail, and it's great for card making because usually you might be sand on the beach. That might be sand on the beach. It might be verdigris that you're creating that looks like it's got corrosion and things to it. Speaking of which, look, see, there's some verdigris on this back. This is the fan petal here, so a little bit of texture before you work on top of it will give you that. This looks so good. We've got to get this on the overhead to show you that as well, because there's so much we've got to. But this is it. Now you can stencil with it, and do all the things, or just apply it like that. Let me show you. Not stamp with it. You can stamp into it, but clean your stamp. I was going to say stamp into it, so you protect your stamp a bit. We're going to have to feel away to this one, the sand gel. Then feel away to that one.
Whoa, okay, sand relief paste, sand paste much heavier. And then the concrete relief paste almost like...
light as anything.
Air almost, yeah, wow.
It's like...
third of the stock gone on these, by the way.
You
so
know the, like the marshmallow fluff stuff you get in the jar? Not that I would even know that or tried it because, you know, unless it's a vegetable or a fruit.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not your woman.
Broccoli, really.
Yeah, really. Never. Never.
But do you know what the closest crafting comparison I've got is the air dry clay. It feels almost...
It's super. That's right. That's this. Noreen brings it. That lovely
Noreen,
fabulous. My mate Noreen. Love Noreen.
She's lovely, isn't she?
I Noreen. Yeah. She's fab. She talks my language as well. We can understand each other. That's probably why. But think about you sending your cards. Think about drying time.
Yeah.
Dries super fast.
Yeah, lightweight.
It dries super fast, and because it's super light, then that way to your card making and your postage.
Really, there you go.
Okay. So let's get some playing with this. This is what you can do for stenciling. Now stenciling, we have all the stencils for Creative Flower too, just because you know what, we've got so much on the show. So I'm just putting a little bit out. This is what you want to show. So what I would always do is definitely use some good quality masking tape and anchor your card down and anchor your stencil down, because it makes life a lot easier. But because I'm just trying to pack everything in, this is my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. I'm getting all kinds of ribbon here in my ear. Yeah, so you did that perfectly then, didn't you? No, not so much. So you just continue like that, and then obviously you're going to get... But what looks cool is just pod stencils sometimes. If you're going to pop a flower over the top there, if I'm going to pop this I don't need to do the whole thing. What's the point? Or I might just want it fading out.
Don't waste your
let me show you how they looks in context now. So we'll put that to one side. That will dry in about 10 minutes. Right?
Okay.
You haven't even got to wait.
All right, with my sand paste and my concrete relief paste, can I stamp onto them, paint over them? Can I mix inks in with them?
You can mix things into them. Shall I show you how we can paint over them? Let's go back to the paint set. This is the same vintage floral. Just because counter real estate is like prime here. So all this paint sets are fabulous. Just I've only got room to get my floral one out in a minute. Just saying. We might mix them up next show, but you know, it's a great set to use.
On the paints we've got peacock on the top, vintage florals, then we've got hot and spicy, and then our mediums at the bottom. They're going fast, approaching 40% of the stock gone on them. That's really busy. 3-minute queues at the moment, so roughly the length of Love Me Do plus 20-second instrumental in the middle. So yeah, make the Beatles reference.
I love Matt. What a man! God, seriously? You know there's a love. She not love that reference.
So if you're happy to wait for them, it's not that long, but it's quicker to order on the web.
So here's the thing. I know we're looking at something else. I might as well mention it. All right, producer's going to love me here. This is one of the texture dies.
Oh, of course it is.
Hello.
You've made your own
this mount board, right? Or alternatively, let me show you where we're going with this. I'm not going to mount board. I'm going to show you some more texture dies in a minute, right? This is how you can colour them. Just splodge it on with a sponge or whatever. If you want it thin and you want to see some of the colour through, drag the paint on less, but just for speed. So this is where you're doing your canvases, and you want some extra inexpensive texture because you've invested in your dyes, you've invested in your piece, and you don't have to buy things and have them just to use them once and that's it, done. That's out your life. You can just be replenishing these, repeating these as much as you want, and just have a good place. So, and you can make all your other elements match what you've already got as well. You know, they're going to blend in to the rest of the colour scheme if you stick with this palette and just decide. We've done this, Donna and I, loads of workshops playing around with this. Doesn't that look cool as it is? That looks cool. I'm going to wipe this up, okay, and then we're going to pop some gilding wax on the top. Now, just to show you, because you know what, this paint, having a matte finish, takes all of these things brilliantly. I'm not normally this tidy, I would just keep playing, but because we're going to be, you know, moving on to many other things, I'll end up with that everywhere. So just to keep it tidy while we'll show you some more stuff.
Well, gilding wax is also on the show, but this is from the Textures collection, or Textured collection. It's £19 off. With the texture collection set. The texture collection is well worth going for, knowing that they are heavyweight dyes, so you're getting all of them. For going through your mixed materials, like anything the big processors can cut, though, with your Gemini they can do it for you. £24.96 plus delivery.
If you're don't even like flowers, get these. If you like mixed media, get those. If flowers aren't, if you think creative flowers, I don't know, just get them, because those are for any mixed media. They're going to save you loads of money. Right, this looks super cool. There, happy with that. Let me show you what the gilding wax is going to look like on this bit here. So it's got colour on it now. Some of it has got colour and texture. So it's all about moderation, how much you want to bring out. Look at this now here. This was the eroded or corroded circles. I can't remember what I called it, but something. It looks like planets that are kind of breaking down. Cool corrosion, there you go, that's that texture. But can you see how there you've got the stencil texture, then you've got the sand gel texture. So you can, and if you want to just pick some more little bits here and there and amongst the dye, just have a play with it. More in some areas, less in others, but that's what the texture is going to do. Shall I show you more of these texture dyes as we're on with this?
Please.
Great. I keep losing my kitchen paper out here. Just bear with.
Because the texture dyes are going through any material that you probably want to cut through, they are very, very, very good value. Half the stock of the mediums is gone as well. That's these 3 down here. They're such good value. You're buying 2, but you're getting 3.
Yeah,
and,
brilliant,
they may not last an hour.
Yeah, it's a fabulous deal. The mediums sell out at their ordinary price.
So
I think they're not standing much chance of hanging on, to be honest. So that was that one. This one is the one where it looks like, I want it to look like, tiles that have broken and fallen out. Now, when you cut them, there's bits that have fallen out. You keep them, stick them on. That was another version there with some texture on with the paste, with a metallic paint over it, This one, again, cardboard boxes. Don't throw any cardboard boxes out. Tear them up, right? Just tear a piece up, cut them through with your dye, tear some layers back, and then pop a little bit, all those boxes you got for your Christmas online shopping. Get them out.
That is a prime example of how to get the best out of packaging that might be lying around at home.
Matt. So what you can do is quick. So we see with it being cardboard as well, when you tear it away, you get this fabulous edge. So imagine that bottom left of a canvas. So this is the square of the canvas. Then you've got your florals coming in. Oh, that amazing. This one coming in somewhere in here. Look, to give you inspiration. You've got your canvas started. Does that look cool?
That looks amazing.
Funky.
I love it. For journal covers and things.
More here. Do the cardboard creation here with a different look. So again, you would pop that bottom or top right and just keep tearing them, pop them, and they look super cool with those bright colours behind them. Bright colour behind them. Let me show you. There's a leaf stencil. We might want that up there. See, it gives us some texture. This one's a bit much, but this is how you would go ahead and you'd be playing with it. I'm literally just picking up whatever's at hand.
It's nice. That
all of a sudden, boom, I'm liking that.
When you said, it's a bit much without the flower.
Come
on,
that's
made it.
Right, okay, let me show you some more here.
Sentiment down the bottom right.
This is what I'm saying. Challenge match. See what I'm saying? Now, you cut these out and they're cool. However, you can then also get yourself some of that crafting foam. That funky foam stuff, yeah?
Yeah.
And if you cut them out of the foam, you've got a stamp. So this background here, paint it with your paint. Boom. Lift up, paint, like that. Then you put a wash over it like we did with the thing earlier, so you got your stamps. More textures. Love these textures. Most of them cut into the card, but there's one of them that actually cuts. What a mesh. This actually cuts out. So this, I know people have used this for fabric and made T-shirts and had them coming over with like little lacy organza, different textures coming over the shoulder of the T-shirt, looking rather cool and funky. This one, let me show you here. This one here, the next one, this is that same what a mesh. Look at it in that fabulous mirror. So imagine that again, just behind a flower, just coming out. Then we have the one that cuts into. So this one doesn't cut out, it cuts in. This was a background I started with a stencil, with, it looks like a major, like, kind of sci-fi epic, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, doesn't
it? And so this was one of the stencils with the gilding wax over, and then I cut into it with that dye, just multi-cut, so you've got that cutting in there. Then finally the texture, or the boing as I call them, they're the spirals. So they're spirals. So these can interlock into these little backgrounds here. So if you had a background like that there, you can actually have these just coming through and around and, coming in. And
exactly. You can actually coil them around even more and more
and more. So they'll fit on bits and pieces. However, if you like cards that have things that boing out.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
you have to buy the things. If you pop your little flower on there and stick it, you can have them so that, you know, bring them out, cut them out with a thicker card or acetate, and then they become the boingers for the things.
That's a great idea.
There
of course, you can do some mixed media dyes, so heavyweight dye that will go through things like your acetate. So yeah, this is all for all these examples we've been showing are from the textured collection on the right-hand side, on the left-hand side of your screen. Sorry, that's the textured collection. All those dyes were from that, and it's a very, very good price at $43.96. I think you might agree, but $24.96 today will get you the whole texture collection. That's 4 dyes in total. The mediums are going very fast as well, approaching 60% of the stock gone on them. They may not last until your next show, Sheena.
I know, and I'm a bit sad about that because I like using them.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
They're just absolutely just cool things to use. And you know, mixed media is so much in texture. It's mixed texture, I like to think of it of. And that's what this provides. Interest and
the image transfer as well.
Image transfer,
you can make your own style of rice paper, tissue paper and stuff.
To personalise things properly. Keepsakes. It can look cool. You can put that on furniture. You can have a photograph on a chest of drawers with cool flowers and stuff around it. Quickly, which one did we not look? We didn't look at leaves and fans. This petal. Can we show that quickly?
We didn't. But
Can
you
we show that?
Later on,
I am. We'll have to play with something else. This is a fan shape. This is 3 different sizes petals, and I thought this would look really cool as a kind of steampunk Art Deco fan. Look at that on a card. Wouldn't that be cool? Like kind of like rusty and verdigris. It's instead of a pretty lacy, delicate kind of, you know, floral, it looks like it's got a bit of attitude, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's cool.
Yeah, we like
And this
that.
corner you get with the stamps, that's a big Art Deco style corner there to go with them.
It's a huge one. Do you know, it's worth, if you love your Art Deco, it's worth getting that stamp set alone. But of course, you'll use all the stamps on it.
Pew!
Sheena, you've got a really busy day today, and I know you're on and off air, and I know it's all the work we put in behind the scenes you do as well.
Yeah.
So you've got 2 shows coming up later on, haven't you?
I have.
Anything in between that, or
I'm
it's
back
1 o'clock now?
I'm back at 3.
3.
With Creative Flower, and then straight on to 4 o'clock. Straight after that show with 3D folders.
It's a big one, so I think I'm following you around for both of those.
Bless you.
I apologise now. Okay, so stay tuned. Loads more to come here on Hochanda, but don't go without checking out your basket or choosing what you want. In danger of going are the mediums, and you've got your particular flowers that are very, very popular. The heart is a very, very popular bundle there. The textured is going fast too. Sheena, thank you so much. We'll see you in a couple of hours.
Thank you.
It's good fun. Very good fun. Very, very good fun, that show. Loved it. I hope you enjoyed it too. We've got the Tonic Happy Hour deals coming up next. We've got Let Paola Loose in 1 hour's time. And then there's Sheena. She's back again in 2 hours' time. And then don't forget Crafting Market. It's on Sky every day, 6, 7, 6.
Have you ever wondered what it's like to be a Freedom member? Join us from 6 p.m. on the 11th of January for our fantastic bonus Freedom event, where we're going to offer you a little something extra for the new year. When you make a purchase of £30 or more from us during this event, you'll automatically be given a bonus promo code, which will entitle you to a 1-month Freedom membership, where you'll be able to experience the benefits of Freedom, including unlimited standard delivery. For existing Freedom members who are already experiencing benefits, when you make your first purchase of £30 or more during our event, you'll be given a bonus promo code that will discount your purchase by £6.97. So don't forget to tune in or shop online to take advantage of Bonus Freedom from 6 p.m. on the 11th of January.
Hello, I'm Robert Adams from Papercrafts, and I've been designing products for crafters for over 15 years. I really enjoy making cards, and I hoped that I can bring you projects that will be inspirational to make. I'm really excited as the designer to bring you a product that I know will look fantastic but is simple and easy to make. And they also come with comprehensive instructions, so you're never going to get lost in the making process. As a designer and a crafter, I take pride in being in control of all of the processes, and also using the best quality materials in everything that we make and design. I hope you can join me on Hochanda for future shows, where I'll be launching our latest products.
Hiya, good afternoon, welcome along. Thank you, Matt, for the last hour, or couple of hours. Welcome. We should be doing the one-day special in this show, but you know what? We can't.
We can't.
It's gone. It's sold out.
It's left the building.
It's left the building. It's gone, way down there. What we've got for you in its place, though, happy hour deals. 1 hour only, reduced prices on everything in the show from Tonic.
Yes.
We've got some great deals too, haven't we?
Yeah, I'm nicking the basket of glue, is what I'm doing.
I tell you what, that glue always flies. It's an incredible price. So is our magazine as well. Now, if you want to shop ahead of us and see all the fantastic happy hour deals, please do have a little look at the website, hochanda.com. But this magazine is back. It is here. It's under £10. And you're getting £50 worth of goodies as well. Someone turn the lights back on, thank you.
Oh, somebody forgot the 50p in the meter.
£9.99 for £50 worth of bonus goodies. We've got dies, we've got embossing folders, we've got stamps, we've got bonus cardstock and papers as well, and 77 projects all relating to these goodies.
It is. Now, don't get confused. I just want to say this is the magazine. This is not the one with the bonus gift. OK, this is just the magazine with its contents. So as Dave says, you've got 77 projects within the magazine, all in basic format, all there so you can read the instructions and just copy away to your little heart's content.
And most of the demonstrations or most of the projects in the magazine feature and use
They feature them all. Yeah. So in there you have got your lovely die set. Have to say, beautiful. It's all verso edged, all detailed, going all the way down in size. Even your words in there. So you've got Mr. and Mrs. in there, and you've also got hello in that beautiful heart set.
Hello.
Then you've got the embossing folder. Now, the important thing is, please note, the heart die works alongside the embossing folder.
Same size.
So should you want that to be an aperture, you can use your die to cut it out the middle of the heart of your embossing folder, and hey presto, you've got a very beautiful card blank.
Tonic, think of everything. And you've also got the coordinating stamps as well.
Yes.
Again with Mr. and Mrs. and hello on the stamps too.
And they work alongside your embossing folder as well.
And the dies.
Yeah.
And you've got your papers there as well. But if I just grab the magazine, if you are starting out, or even if you're not really, inside here there's so many different ways of using what you're getting as your bonus with the magazine. 77 different ways of using them.
There is. And all your papers in that collection as well, they're not that cheap copier magazine paper. There are beautiful papers in there, all craft quality papers, no shine, they're nice and matte, so that you can ink them, stain them, manipulate them. You could do your origami with them. There's loads of things you can do with the papers. The papers on their own are beautiful.
Yeah, they are. And there's just a few of the pages of the magazine to give you inspiration. So we haven't got a bottomless pit of stock of this. We have had such a busy few shows featuring this magazine recently. We've got a few left now. If you would like them, they are under £10. We're discounting the price by a further £3 to £9.99. 821529, your item number. I'll quickly flick through the papers for you as well, because these are lovely. And they're A3, aren't they?
They're all double-sided. Yeah, so break them down into your A4 format, all double-sided. You've got letters in there, you've got numbers in there, you've got very folksy designs in there. You've got beautiful, I mean, look at them lemons.
Yeah.
zesty.
Yeah, all the beautiful flowers. You've got toppers in there. You've got borders in there. You've got strips in there. They're beautiful.
So they're printed as A4, but they are actually A3 inside.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, so they're just cut down to A4s. Absolutely gorgeous quality. And there are borders if you want to trim those with maybe a trimmer or something like that, or a guillotine. You've got numbers, floral numbers, and floral letters as well for personalisation. Gorgeous. So the whole thing, just £9.99. If you are starting out or wanting to start out as a crafter or buying it as a gift for a crafting friend or someone that's starting out in it, this is going to get them started straight away. £9.99 with Valentine's Day only, what, about a month away now? Yeah, a month and 4 days, isn't it, really? This is perfect with all these hearts and what have you. £9.99, 821-529. Shall we go down the counter? Let's show you what else is available. Only for the hour. At the end of this hour, these prices go back to where they should be. Now, we've got 3 ladies.
Yes. Named after me. Elegance. Style. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. So you've got Harriet in there, you've got Anastasia, you've also got Emma in there as well. Gorgeous frames. And once you start to paper pierce, once you start to colour them in, they are beautiful.
They are stunning. Lovely, elegant ladies. One's relaxing there on the chaise lounge.
That's
one's
me.
got her parasol. Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna leg out like that, and Dave can feed me strawberries.
And a glass of wine.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
And then you've got that lovely, elegant kind of back view of the lady with the wonderful dress. So stunning, stunning images. You get the words grace, style and elegance as well as the figures and the frames. £24.97. This is a happy hour discount, down by £14. It will go back at the end of the hour, back to £38.97. At the moment, though, £24.97. There's a lot of dye there for your money too, isn't there?
They're beautiful, they are.
Gorgeous.
You know, once you start to paper pierce them, add in your little bits of glitter and little bits of fabric, maybe, you know, little roses. They look absolutely spectacular.
Well, there they are. They're £24.97 while we have the stock, or while this hour lasts. At the end of the hour, if we've got any stock left, it goes back up to £38.97. Now, the next dies, these are, if you haven't got anything like this, these are must-haves. To have your matting and layering dies in circles and squares, we've got them basically as 2 choices. So we've got the circle and scallop circle, so those 2 together are down by £12 for this hour only to £19.98, down from £31.98. One's scalloped, one's straight-sided, so you can mat and layer them, can alternate them, can't you?
You can, so you've got 10 in each of them, so you can alternate the pattern going all the way down. But when it is a circle, not a circle, when it's an aperture, when it's a frame, you can put them together and make some absolute corker retro designs with them as well. Or you can go eyes, put goodlies in them. You can have fun with them.
You can have fun with them, absolutely. So £19.98 for those, and if you haven't got anything like this in your collection so far, add them now because they are, you'll use them probably on a daily basis. They're that useful. £19.98 for those, 872-528. And then we've got the squares. Same sort of thing, really. But if anything, you get even more variety out of the squares because they become diamonds.
Absolutely. You can really start to play. You know, base course shapes, I would always say, if you're a first-time crafter, always start with your base course shapes because they are going to go all the way through your crafting. Yeah, it's something that you're going to use on a daily basis.
Now, this show wasn't scheduled. This is almost like our way of saying, really sorry we didn't have enough of the one-day special. We're bringing you these happy hour deals as by way of compensation, really. 946-940, 1998 for your squares. Now, every crafter needs one of these.
Yes, I agree.
Cutting on it, whether you're blending on it, these are just great. They're your palette, they're your surface to protect your worktop or your favourite table or whatever it might be. £9.99, and if you're a Freedom member, that's a delivered price. You pay that in postage, I would have thought.
I know. These are tempered glass, OK? So if you were to drop them, believe you me, I have done it, and they will break, but all the glass is stuck with that sheet on the back.
Right, so it doesn't
shatter
everywhere.
So it goes like a windscreen, OK? So it goes like a floppy, but it all stays together.
Yeah.
All right? Now, a glass mat, as Dave says, palette. Put your paint on it, absolutely brilliant. Ink on it, stain on it.
Put your Nuvo drops on it, let them dry.
I do everything on my glass mat. I never without my glass mat. It's one of the best things that I've ever had from Tonic.
Perfect for cutting on as well. You've got all your measurements and all your grid marks on there as well for reference. It's under £10, £2.95 P&P if you're not a Freedom member. Otherwise, it's a delivered price at £9.99. Treat yourself. If you've got one of those self-healing mats, they're fantastic, but you can't do things like blending paints on them. Because
and if you look at your green mat, go and have a look at it now, your green mat. I'm betting you've got a cut line all the way down, a groove down where your 15 centimetres is. Yeah, I bet you've got a groove where your 7 centimetres is. Right. Yeah, I'm talking from experience because they are the ones that you cut on all the time. 7 centimetres, 15 centimetres, 21 centimetres, and they don't self-heal. And
you won't get groove marks on a glass mat at all. You really won't. $9.99, really good value for money. 109,553. Get it now, and we'll get it delivered to your door in the next few days. Now, already we've talked about the glue.
You're not having them.
She's not giving it up. She's not letting it go.
These, honestly, I can't believe the price of them. These are absolutely amazing.
You've got 10 tubes of glue for £10.99. That's a discount of £11.50 off the price, and there's actually 29.5 in each one, so you've got nearly 300ml of glue here for £10.99.
£1 10 each.
Is this the glue you put on the back of your hand?
Yeah. It's taking the mitre. It really is.
It's ridiculous.
It's absolutely superb. If you realise how much of this stuff I go through, my body must have it all over the place. Yeah.
And if you've got a craft group, imagine how invaluable these are going to be. Everyone can have their own pen now. We'll go for a couple of sets if you want to take advantage of the offer. Get a couple of sets, and you only pay the P&P once, or no P&P if you're a Freedom member, but you get 10 for £10.99. So busy for it. 368-695 if you want to get your glue. One of the best offers in the entire show. Very busy for that. Now, these are lovely to invest in. If you like shaping your flowers and things like that, then this is what you need, because this is your ball tools. You get 3 different tools with 6 ends.
Yes.
And then you also get your tweezers, and you also get your shaping mat as well, your embossing mat, for £13.49. That's got £5 off.
It's got one of the biggest ball tools in there that I've ever seen. Okay, it gives you the most beautiful curve. Don't just think flowers, though. Start to think maybe decoupage.
Yeah.
You know, when you're doing your decoupage and you want a slight shape in your decoupage, use that. Now, the mat in there is a really thick mat as well, so you can really get in there and give the petals a good scrunch to keep the shape.
Fab. Well, only £13.49 for that. Essential tools, 141955. That's going to go up at the end of the hour as well. We only have 50 minutes left before these prices disappear. Now, when it comes to storage, you can't do better than Tonic Storage. It looks fantastic. It's manufactured really, really well. It's designed to look after what you've spent your hard-earned money on. And this one is for your dies in particular. You can put other things in there as well, but you've actually got 6 double-sided magnetic sheets in there for your dies, keeping everything in place. And this is £4 off, £16.99 down to £12.99, so percentage terms, that's about a third off, isn't it?
Yes.
Really good value for money, and it's Tonic branded, flying the flag. You've got space there to write, again, the collection that's inside it, all the dies that you've got in there, so if you've got a few of them on a bookshelf, you'll know exactly what's in what. And they are top loading, so you can easily take them out, but they're double-sided magnetic sheets. £12.99. You get 6 of them included in there, and you actually get the reinforced, because it is a tough folder.
It is. Now, I would say that if I was buying die storage, OK, I'm a greedy girl. I like the big one, the A4 one, but it can get rather heavy if I'm going to a craft class or I'm going to the caravan for the weekend or wherever. So this one is fantastic portable size. So if you are going to a crop or a craft meet or you're teaching a class, this is absolutely superb to throw in your handbag, because let's face it, girls, those handbags are like buckets these days, aren't they? We carry that much in there. You can actually get those ones inside your bags.
Fantastic. Great quality, and £12.99 a must, and reinforced around the edges as well. Now, the big one, if that's not big enough for you, if you've already got a few of those and you fancy going for the large size, these are for your A4 storage, and this is another reduction. All of these happy hour prices will only last until 2 o'clock, and then they go back to their normal price. This is £7 off, yeah. £7 off, down from £26.99 to £19.99, and you've got 3 double-sided magnetic sheets inside here. You've actually got 3 clear inserts and 3 magnetic sheets. We've got a few more in here than that, but that's what you get. You get 3 of each, so the idea is that they go inside each other. And they're clear envelopes with little pop studs on as well, so you can see exactly what's inside. And they are double-sided. These are not going to last the hour, I've just been told. We don't have that many of them. So you don't get 6 of those inserts, you get 3.
Get 3.
Yeah.
But if you are a crafter, let me just put it down a minute. So I have got my insert. Let's take the ones out that you don't get. Here we go, Dave. Have those. That's a present. All right. So at the moment, that is what I have at home. But I'm going to my craft class, and I've sorted some dies out that I'm taking to the craft class, and they're in this one. But I don't want to take them out and transfer them. So all I do is I take my inserts And those inserts will sit in there.
Brilliant.
So that when I go away, I can have double quantity on that side, single on that side, and then when I come back, all I want to do is take those out because I'm super organised, not.
Swap them over.
And put them away.
Great. So lots of versatility between the two sizes. If you want both of them, that would be, oh, what would that be if you wanted both? $19.99 plus, that was how much? $12.99. So that would be $32.98 for both that size and that size, saving yourself quite a lot of money, about £11 or £12 you'll be saving by buying them in this hour. 370957. Again, although you get 3 of the double-sided magnetic sheets, A4, and 3 of the envelopes in there, you've got potential to put an awful lot more in there as well if you want to. 370957, that's the A4 folder. Now, let's go to Craft Perfect. Let's go to our tonic cardstock. One of my favourite colours, and I know one of yours because it's been a firm favourite.
Love it. Absolutely love this.
The burnished rose, or rose gold really. One of the hottest colours of the season, last year and into this year. You're getting 40 sheets of this marvellous colour for $11.99.
It's absolutely beautiful, I have to say. You know, sometimes you don't want that high gloss, but you want that bit of class.
Yeah.
You've got it there.
It's a very upmarket sheen, isn't it?
It is an upmarket sheen.
Love it. So that's £4 off only for the hour, though, and there's no reason for discounting this because it's one of our most popular options. So
it's beautiful.
Grab it with the £4 discount, save even more. 054 500, 40 sheets of that. Then red and green, 20 sheets of each. Very beautiful colours, these. I mean, all the Craft Perfect cardstock's amazing, but the mirrored card in particular is exceptional. Look at the quality of that reflection. Wow.
It's good, isn't it?
It is brilliant. Red and green together.
Beautiful.
They're made to go together, those two
colours. And
yours
will be clean. It will be clean apart from fingerprints.
Yeah, it won't have fingerprints on it like mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. 20 sheets of each, 20 sheets of the green, 20 sheets of the red. And that is also £4 off, £11.99, 133001. And probably the most classic mirrored card of all is this one, which is a silver. I'll put that one behind because that had all fingerprints on it. So this is fingerprint free, as yours will be. Now that is like you're looking in a mirror, isn't it? It's one of the glossiest mirror cards I think we do. You can see the reflection of the storage there, reflection of the back of the studio. There we go, look. So 40 sheets of that, £11.99. Can you see Howard, our floor manager?
No, he's hiding.
I'm a bad shot. Oh, there he is. Was that him? No. No, that's the camera. We'll find him. He's there somewhere. I'm a bad shot, bad aim. £11.99 for 40 of those then. 549125. Brilliant for embossing as well. But embossed mirrored card looks great. Now we've got 2 different shades of gold in here. You've got the harvest gold and the polished gold. Now there's very little between them.
One is they don't look different to me, Dave.
Are they?
They're exactly the same. There we go.
Ah, that's it. Yeah, there's the difference, look.
Yeah.
So that's a kind of a yellower gold, and that's a slightly more champagne gold. Again, yours will be fingerprint free, I promise you. 20 sheets of each, £11.99. Who'd have thought there were so many different shades of gold?
I know, it's unbelievable, isn't it?
We've got rose gold here, we've got the lighter gold. It's almost like 18 carat and 9 carat, isn't it?
Give me 18.
I knew you'd say that. 031094. £11.99, 40 sheets, 20 sheets of each. And then, before we crack on with our demo, let's have a little look at the ultimate die collection here. This is great. This has been on a few shows recently. It's been a bestseller every single time. This allows you to create easel cards with this die collection over here. And then these are the most ornate Victorian frames that we've got. 34 dies in total, just over £1 a die, really. And the happy hour price is £37.98. And the saving is £12. Should be £49.98, £37.98 only for this hour until 2 o'clock. And then that price will go up. And you also get the bow die there as well, which can act as the stopper. It's there. So you can use it in that way, but you can also use the bow in all sorts of other ways as well. But there it is as the easel. So the die actually cuts out the shape of this easel brilliantly, doesn't it?
But then start to think outside the box. If you go and have a look at the... Oh, what time was it? The 9 o'clock show, it seems a long time ago. We actually did a double fold back with this as well.
Right.
Yeah, so you can start to make different shaped cards perfectly.
And you can make them as dimensional as you want. You can make them as flat as you like. If you're posting them, maybe flat is the better way.
Yeah.
But if you're hand delivering, or hand gifting, then go for it. Put your foam pads. We're really busy on everything in the show. This one I love as well. This is a little bit different.
Yeah.
Haven't seen that one before.
You can have fun, you know, make some frames, make apertures, make memory boxes with them. Beautiful.
And inverted cards as well, not just the ones that kind of go to a point, not the pyramid style, but the inverted ones always look lovely too. There's Nouveau drops going around the edge of that frame there, some musical notes in the background, really kind of antique-y looking. So have fun, play with them. You can make it bold and bright, or you can make it really kind of quite vintage looking, or very kind of regal like that one there. You don't have to make the easel cards all the time. Love it. £37.98 for the whole lot. And just to show you, if I turn it round, look at the amount of die that you've got there.
Yeah, you need your large A4 plates for this. This is a big mama die. It's beautiful. There's
19 dies in that set alone. Unbelievable, isn't it? So every size of card that you want to make, you'll, I'm sure, have the right dies to make just what you're after. 730637 is that item number. Now, that's the happy hour. You've seen everything. Go for it, grab it, enjoy the savings, enjoy the discounts, because at 2 o'clock this afternoon, those discounts won't apply anymore. They're going to go back up. Loads of you going for the magazine, loads of you going for the glue as well. Glue's not the most romantic thing in the world, I know.
Oh, it is, Dave.
We all need it.
It is.
We all need glue.
Glue is one of those things that we can't do without, girls.
Oh, absolutely.
We always need as glue.
To stock up. Why pay more later when you don't need to?
Absolutely. Why have a bunch of flowers where you can have 10 lots of glue?
Yeah. You're a cheap date, aren't you?
I am, absolutely. But I'll stick to you.
Oh.
Right, so we're going to play with the easels, OK? Now, we've already cut some bits out, but we've gone down from the medium to the small one, OK?
Yeah.
We're going to run those through the machine.
Tonic's in, the tonic tangerine is in stock, isn't it?
It is. Tommy's in stock.
Tommy tangerine is in stock. It wasn't a couple of days ago, but it is now. So if you want the tangerine...
Right,
it's on the website.
So let's take these away. Now, the outside edges of these all have beautiful detail and perforations, but they have them in different positions to give you different looks.
Right.
OK, so let me explain. On the main die itself, can you see it's got little dots going all the way around there?
Yep.
That's going to give you a perforated matten layer. OK? When you go down to the next size, i.e. this one, if you imagine that there had got my detail in, and then I'd put that in there, I would want my perforations to stay on that one because that's what I was cutting away. So if you imagine I've cut an aperture, then the perforation will still be connected to my aperture.
Got you.
But in this instance, we're just using the plain edge.
Right.
Yeah? They've been designed to mix and match to give you different edges all the way down your design. So that one has got the perforations on there. OK? So, let's take the detail.
The amount of thought that goes into these dies is quite amazing.
It's only when you start to put them together that you realise why it's that way around.
Yeah.
So take that die, place it in there, and then its counterpart, we're going to place that one in there. So let's cut those out. So once we've done those, we're going to make these into apertures. OK? So let's run that all the way through.
It's really great that they've included the bow as well. So you can use that independently on any other project you like, but it makes a fantastic stopper for the easel card, it really does.
So let's just get a craft pick. No, we won't because it's in my bag. So let's just use the end of a paintbrush to take out the little bits. There we go. So that is one of my mounts.
Lovely.
Let's take the secondary one.
The Jolie Wallop.
It's a loving tap, Dave. You should know by now.
It's a wallop.
Yeah?
Or a whack.
It's a loving tap. So we've got two different sizes there, OK? So taking the one that we cut out, that one with, that's going to become my window. So that is going to go into there. And then this one, we're going to go down a size and make that one into a frame as well. So placing that one into there. Now we've already cut out a lot of the components that we need to be able to make this. So let's quickly take those windows out.
I'm glad we still got stock of these dies. I thought they maybe had gone, actually.
I love these dies. You know, when things come through and I start to play with them at home, I'm like, yeah, OK, so that's that. These were mojo busters. Yeah, they really were.
So many different ways of using them.
Yeah. So, let's just cut ourselves the bow, because we need a bow. Plain cardstock. We're going to have the bow in there.
You should have a little jingle made. Mojo Buster.
Yeah. Oh dear. As long as I don't have to dress in that superhero costume and...
Oh, you don't want to do that again?
No.
No.
I've done it once, and I'm not doing it again. So let's run that one through. It was a bit tight, it kept riding up. So let's take this out. Here we go. Let's take that adhesive off there. So that's what your bow looks like to begin with.
And it's joined together, and you think, how does that work then?
It doesn't look much like a bow, does it? Yeah? So let's just put that to one side. Let's make our card.
Right.
So your main die in your series is that one there. So we've already cut it out.
It scores it
it's
for you
all
as
ready
well.
to go. So what you do is you fold it. So you've got the flap in that position there.
Right.
OK. I'm just going to turn it over so that my correct side is facing up. OK. So this here is going to stick onto there. So that's going to give us the easel. So let's just take some glue. And you're going to go corner to corner, and that there is your little easel starting to take shape.
And also, hopefully you're recording the show if you're buying these dies, but also there's instructions on the back of the packaging as well. So if you forget what Jodie's done at any point, it's all pictured there, step by step, how to get the easel. But you can use them in lots of other ways as well. That's not the only way to use them. Okay.
Yeah. So we've used the die again, and we've cut ourselves out just some paper matten layers. We just chopped off the excess. So we've got the matten layer that's going to fit perfectly into there. OK. So now we just recrease that. We've started to get the easel. So my little frames are now going to come on and become garden trellises.
Oh, right.
So we've got a background here that's been stamped with our stamps, and our frame is just going to sit over the top. So let's just go.
I haven't thought of them as a garden trellis, but I suppose if you snipped off the bottom of it as well, it would be a gazebo then, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Could put a bride and groom in there, it'd be
sure.
beautiful. So that one has now got its frame. And then this one's just going to have the green foliage behind. So take that.
Boy, we are busy. We're not even halfway through the show. Every hour, or every item in this hour, should I say, is on a special happy hour price. We've had queues on the phones right the way from the very start of the show, to be honest with you, on the phones. There's always a queue very often with our deals, but if you'd like to beat the queue, use the website, hochanda.com. That way you won't be in the queue, that's all.
Right, so let's just get some 3D foam. So this one is going to go on the back. I'm going to put that one down flat, OK? So adhesive on the back of there, and that's going to come in there. This one we're going to give a little bit of oomph. So let's just take some 3D squares and give that a little bit of oomph. Now we've also used one of the Fair Dames. OK?
The reclining one on the...
Yeah, that's me.
I thought it was a chaise, it's not though.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for Dave to come along with strawberries. Yeah.
And bubbles.
And, oh, bubbles, darling, bubbles. So let's just place that one on there. So what we've done is we've cut her out, OK, and we've taken the frame away.
Right.
Because we don't want the frame. So all we've done then is we've come on the top and we've put extra little pieces of paper on the top of the die cut.
So that's what we call paper piecing.
It is, but have a feel of it, Dave. We've put another one on the top of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've...
feels like quilted.
Yeah, so we've paper pierced it all, and then in certain areas we've given it another layer to give it a sort of texture release.
I like that.
Yeah?
It gives it more realism, it makes it kind of pop off the page a bit more.
It does. So let's just add some foam onto her. Take away any of those extra little bits. And she's going to sit just on there. Let's put her little roses on. So we've got a few little extra roses to add.
I think she's waiting for her lord of the manor, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's sat there watching the world go by. So that's the front of my card, but now, because we need an easel, so we need a door stopper, and that's where the bow comes in. So with your bow, you also get all the components to decorate the bow. You get all the right shaped dies. So you're going to place your adhesive onto your little bows, and you're going to put all those together. Okay, so we're just going to go round, just adding all that. Now there's a couple of ways of putting your bow together. I'm going to show you the correct way,
right,
and then I will show you the cheats way.
Because I can't work out at the moment why they're joined together like that.
It's just easy.
Oh, is it?
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Yeah, so you need to train your card, first of all, okay? So really, all you're doing is you're just giving it a bit of TLC and bending it over something. Because if you just take a piece of card and go like that, you end up with a crease line, yeah? So just take something circular and just tease your card over the top of itself. So if you know, I've got my thumb and finger holding it in the middle, because I am very heavy-handed, and if I don't, I would pull it to pieces.
I never noticed.
We've worked together so long, haven't we, sweetie? Yeah.
I know when to duck.
So now you can see that that has trained itself, and it's got that nice curve on there. So I'm going to use hot glue. Now, if you use hot glue, please watch your fingers.
Yes.
Yeah, because if you get this on you, you're going to
scream.
You are. So adhesive in that middle section. Bring it over, and hold that middle bit. Okay, and that is, you can see, starting to formulate.
Maybe you do it with a pair of tweezers rather than your fingers at home.
Yeah,
so
mine are a bit like.
Asbestos.
So this bit here. Bend it over.
Oh, right.
Bend it over.
Now I get you.
Then fold that bit back.
Oh, I see. Now it all becomes clear.
And it all formulates into a perfect little bow.
A little bit of magic, isn't it?
Yeah. Now, if you don't like how that is, all you do is cut it off and stick it on separately.
Yeah, but you can use that bow however you want. I mean, obviously it's the perfect stopper for this easel card, but you can use it on everything.
Now, one of the biggest tips I can give you as well, if you are using hot glue and you go to stick this bow down, don't put your hot glue back into the centre of there, because if you do, the heat from the new adhesive is going to melt the other adhesive and it'll fall to pieces.
Ah, right.
So put your adhesive...
Wouldn't have thought of that.
...on the other side. OK, and then that will stay together. Let's put its little let's do that with that one, I think. So let's
Even that was a bit too hot for you then, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. I looked at it and I thought, nah. So there we have.
Isn't that lovely?
Yeah. You've got your bow on the bottom as a stopper, but you've got beautiful Anastasia in there, just taking it very easy.
All the shows I've done using these dies recently, I've never thought of them as being like trellises or gazebos, but they make fantastic kind of garden scenes like that. Wonderful. So £37.98 gets you your Victorian frame, 19 dies in there, and a further 25 dies in the other set as well, remember, and that's the one that actually gives you the perfect easel card every single time. You can make other cards out of them. I mean, these have been made... Oh, where's the one that's... Oh, we've got a few that are flat. You can make them, just like this if you want to. You don't have to make them into easel cards. You can use them as one-dimensional cards too. But these are the dies that will allow you to achieve that very effectively. £37.98 for that one and that one. That's £12 off only until 2 o'clock this afternoon. Now, the website's got all the offers if you want to have a little look and peruse. Maybe you're on your lunch break at the moment and you want to have a little flick through and see what's on offer. They're all available until 2 o'clock. So you've got storage, $12.99 for the large, small one, $19.99 for the larger one. The shaping tools as well, the glass mat, it's all there. 5-star reviews as well from so many of you that have bought these in the past. And as I say, hopefully you'll be putting 5-star reviews as well after you buy them today, getting these discounts as well. It's ticking all the boxes. Now, the magazine... I've not seen this until today. I must have been off when you were doing the show.
We did it about a week ago.
Must have been my day off.
Yeah, we did it about a week ago, and it was supposed to last a month, and it sold out in 2.5 shows.
Well, we've got it today at £9.99, the brand new Tonic magazine. It's in stock at the moment at £9.99, and you're getting approximately £50 worth of bonus goods with it. Embossing folders, dies and stamps, and the thing is, they all coordinate. So the stamps work with the embossing folder, the stamps work with the dies and so on, so the whole thing coordinates well. You've got all of these A3 sheets of wonderful designer paper, but they've been printed as A4, so you just trim them with a guillotine or your trimmer. 40% of the magazine stock is gone. You've got sentiments in there and toppers that you can cut out as well with wonderful fonts on them. I love that lemon paper.
I do. It's really fresh, isn't it?
Really
invigorating.
Yeah, I love it. And there you've got some poppies, you've got, again, some more sentiments over there and tiles as well, and toppers that you can cut out.
Do you know what would be nice with that lemon paper, Dave? You know, if you get some citronella and you put it onto a sponge and put it inside a bag and put that paper inside the bag.
Oh, yeah.
You could have scented paper then, like a drawer liner.
Or even just a little bit of lemon juice.
And that would be lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the concentrated lemon juice for pancake.
Yeah, it'd take the aroma on. It'd be nice.
Yeah, citronella gets rid of...
flies.
Flies. So, double whammy, really. But in the magazine, these have been used in the demos in the magazine, and there's 77 inspirational demonstrations using the embossing folder, the stamps, and the dies as well. So it all works together.
They all work perfectly together. See, that embossing folder, that could be the front of your card, an aperture card, because the die will cut the centre of the heart out. You could have the centre of the heart just completely on its own and have the stamped image in the middle of it there. Now, all the papers complement the dies, the embossing folders, the stamps beautifully together. But you've got inspiration of up-and-coming events in there as well. Little clue to different ones that maybe are coming out.
There's the lemons.
You've got cards made with just the papers. You've got cards made in there with just the embossing folders. So there's many different ways that you can play with that. Maybe you're doing wedding stationery, maybe you're doing birthday cards, anniversary cards. There's something in there to inspire you all the way through.
Valentine's Day's on the way. What better than to have lots of ideas for heart cards, for love, for your cards to make to your nearest and dearest, or
I'll
cards
have 10 glues, Dave, please, instead.
Yeah, what, 10 glues? Yeah. You don't want champagne and flowers, you want glue.
Give me 10 glues, I'll be happy.
She's so easily pleased. 821-529, your item number, £9.99. Remember, it comes in a box as well, with all the goodies inside the box too, including those bonus papers. It's going so quickly right now. And I've not seen the Tonic magazine until today. I must have been somewhere else when it came out. It comes out quarterly?
Quarterly.
Yeah. So grab this while we've got it. I don't know if we can get any more stock after this goes, but it is going very fast at the moment. £9.99, should be £12.99. We've given you a £3 discount only until 2 o'clock this afternoon, though. It's a happy hour. There's 25 minutes left until the next show begins. OK, then we go to our elegant lady. Now, this is one that was featured in the demo a few minutes ago. Which one was it that featured?
It was this one here, I believe.
So I was looking at it thinking, can you snip her out of the frame? Obviously you can, because we did that in the last demonstration. And the same goes for the other two as well, I suppose.
It does, and if you're wanting those really fine scissors as well to be able to do your fussy cutting, get yourself on the website, because Tonic have got their set on there. The small Tim Holtz scissors, the detailed scissors, I think they're £12.99, and they are beautiful.
Yeah, and all the scissors are a great price, discounted price at the moment. Now, you've got elegance, style and grace, and you get those words as well as the frames and the figures too. So if you don't want to use a frame all the time, and you don't need one all the time, you've got the figures that you can trim away if you want. £24.97 for all of those, £14 off, down from £38.97, so a great price. And they're big size dies, perfect to go into our storage folders that we got today as well, the perfect size for those. But there's the separate word, elegance there, so that comes away, that's not joined to the die at all. So, lovely. Gorgeous, something a bit different. Now, your classic matting and layering dies, I love the fact that you've got a scalloped edge on one set and you've got a straight edge on the other, so you can mix and match. You can go scallop straight, alternate all the way through, whether you're making like an inverted card, whether you're making a pyramid-style card, making frames, so many uses.
There's loads of different ways of doing them. Even swingies, you know, if you're making little swinging items, absolutely perfect. Placards for your mixed media, they're beautiful. And they're a nice size, these ones. They're not the largest ones we do. They're a nice medium-sized circle.
So these two, they've got a reduction of £12, £31.98 down to £19.98, so less than a tenner each, which is amazing value. And when you consider how often you'll use these, to get a perfect circle any other way is virtually impossible, but you have got a perfect circle every time. 20 dies in total for 19, so it's basically £1 a die.
It is.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And then the squares, they're just as practical and just as a must-have as the circles, if not more so, because you've got, obviously, the ability to obviously use them that way, if you want to, as well as that way. Scalloped edge, straight edge, again, they alternate if you want them to, or you can just be true and keep them scallop, 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 or go between the straight edge and the scalloped edge, up to you. 19.98 as well. Another £12 off.
Yeah.
Then our glass cutting mat. Essential, a must-have. I mean, the healing cutting mats are all well and good, but this you can do so much more with. You can blend on it and all sorts, can't you?
Do you know something? For years and years and years, I had self-healing cutting mats. I had loads of them because, as I say, I always had a groove at 15, a groove at 7, and I always had piles of them. I've only ever had 2 of the glass mats. One I dropped, the other one is still there, and I've been with Tonic now for, apart from a blip, 6 years.
6 years. I tell you what, if you watch any show, whether Jodie's on it or not, whether it's a Tonic show or not, most of our guests use one of these glass cutting mats. Everyone does. Sheena does, with her glycerine and all that.
Absolutely.
Always using the glass Tonic mats. Everyone raves about them. This is a good size as well, 12 by 12, so you can move it around quite easily. And it will be delivered, if you're a Freedom member, unbelievably, you don't pay any postage. It's $9.99 delivered. You'd pay, if I took that to a post office now, they'd charge me more than that to deliver it anywhere.
You know, if you are using air dry clay, Catherine Sturrock's air dry clay and things like that, you always want it to be cold. You don't want it to sweat. Your glass mat never takes on heat. Don't ask me why. I've got no idea, but it stays cold.
Another point, heat guns.
Yes.
I've actually, in your words, rhubarbed.
Yes.
A self-healing mat.
Absolutely.
I've buckled it.
Yeah.
By getting it too hot and getting it too close. This you don't have to worry about.
No. You can heat emboss on there. You can do gunky crafting on there. If you're using Angelina fibres, you can iron straight onto it. You don't have to move any of your mats.
Well, what you've got here is just brilliant value. At $9.99, it's got a £4 saving. It should be $13.99. It's $9.99 and delivered for that price if you're a Freedom member. Otherwise, $2.95 postage. Then this is what Jodie wants for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, this is what they inspired me for Valentine's Day.
She doesn't want glue. She doesn't want glue. She doesn't want champagne and roses, caviar or smoked salmon. She wants glue.
Give me sticky stuff. Plenty of things to play with. Yeah, absolutely. I love my glues.
$10.99 for 10 tubes of glue, and it's basically £1.10 per tube. It's nearly 300 mil, 29.5 mil of glue in each tube, and you get 10 of them, so 295 mil of glue. If you want the sticky stuff, give us a call. 60% gone. It is, of course, 01733 602000, or if you'd rather order on the website, hochanda.com. But get the glue now. Perfect if you've got a group of people that's crafting.
It is, absolutely.
Can you pass me the glue, please? No, get your own.
Yep.
There's 10 there. Share out. Great. Now, we've got the embossing tools and the embossing mat and the tweezers as well. This is £13.49, £5 off, 141955. Let me just tilt it forward. So you
I think one of the
biggest
biggest bonuses of these as well is these are inverted tweezers. So what I mean by invert is you squeeze to open, you release to close.
I like those.
Absolutely, especially when I'm heat embossing.
Yeah.
You know, you can keep your fingers out of the way of the heat. It's a lot easier to heat emboss with those tweezers.
Yeah, they're really cool. And you just let go and it clamps everything that you want it to. £13.49 for those then, but again, shaping, not just flowers and petals, but anything that you want to give like a dome dimension to, those ball tools will work well. And you get 6 different sizes for all different jobs. 141955, and the mat is just underneath it, that embossing, that embossing mat. And then we go on to our storage. No, this is the medium size. I love tonic storage. It's bright, it's cheerful.
It is.
Gorgeous quality. All reinforced around the edges as well. Tonic logos down the bottom. It's like a canvas, isn't it?
It is. You know, we say we love tonic dye storage. I throw mine in and out of the car. I do, honestly. And it never, ever changes. My dyes are never, ever bottled. They keep them completely flat. They're absolutely superb. You know, I can't say enough about them. They're brilliant.
Now, you're actually getting 6 double-sided magnetic sheets in there as well. So, potentially you can store 12 dyes of that sort of size or dozens of smaller dyes. Absolutely no problem at all. There is space for more. You can buy extra inserts. They're on the website as well. But it's really well reinforced. You can put what dyes you've got inside the folder on the edge there, so if you've got a big collection of them, you know what's what. And it's got a wrist strap too. £12.99, and like Jodie said, you can change and put these inserts into the large one as well. It looks very much like we're not going to have much stock left of the large storage. If you want the large one, it's gone, is it? Oh, the large one's just sold out. Right, OK. I thought we had a few left. It's gone, I'm afraid. The big A4 one has. But we've got the little one. The little one is still there. OK. Now, the easel dies, if you want those, the easel dies, and also, of course, the Victorian frame dies on the right there. 19 dies in the set on the right, and then you've got a further 15 dies on the other die set on the left-hand side there, and that's what we used in the last demo. £37.98, £12 you're saving. We are so busy for that as well. 730637 is that item number. Everything is flying. Everyone loves tonic. Everyone loves a good bargain. So.
Absolutely. So, we are going to play with the Victorian, OK? So, looking at the shape, fold in half and you can make your rockers.
Oh.
So you can start to make your shaped cards as well, OK? So, what we are going to do is I'm just going to make sure that I've got the right die. Let's have a look. Is it that one? No, it's not. It is that one. So that's the one that we used to cut out.
Yeah.
So it needs a partner. So let's take some cardstock and let's put that in there and tape that one down. And run that one through. So that is going to give me the top of my card. Now you're going to get all the perforations in this as well, so let's run that through. And we're going to add some detail. Okay, so that there is going to eventually stick onto the front of there, and that's going to be the beginning of our card.
Lovely.
But I want to add detail into this, okay? So let me just clean that up. So we're going to add that into there, okay? So this is going to stay within my design because it's not got an outside cutting edge, okay?
And some of them have, some of them don't, and it's pretty easy when you look at them as to see which ones do and don't.
Yeah. So let me take that away.
Now, Denise has just emailed in. Hello, Denise. She says she loves tonic dyes and she's just received her tonic magazine from a show earlier in the week. So congratulations, Denise. Hope you like it. I'm sure you will.
So we've gone on there and we're going to put that gold now behind there.
Yep.
So let's just take some adhesive and we're going to stick this down. So I'm just going to come in and just go all the way around there, and we're going to stick that onto there. So now that gold is popping through.
Lovely.
Okay. So my next tier down.
Is that the rose gold that we had in the?
No, it's not actually. No? It's not that gold. It's a different gold. So we're going to go in now with this. Sparkles. Sparkles.
Nice.
Yeah. They're lush.
Is that Craft Perfect?
It is Craft Perfect.
Glitter card on the website. Wow,
just
that is amazing.
Look at that. It's enough to send your eyes crazy. It's good,
That's sparkle overload, that one.
It is. It's lovely. So let's go in and cut ourselves a panel in there. So let's cut that one out. And this is going to add the bling to our card. So the tonic glitter card is, they say it's shed proof, but a little bit does come off, but not
a lot.
A lot at all. You see, there's not a lot.
You're not going to open the envelope basically and a whole load of glitter fall out on your lap. That's not going to happen. No.
So when we start to mat and layer this now, look how that starts.
What a difference that makes, having that glitter card
starts to bring it up, doesn't it? So let's get some 3D.
And these are the Victorian frames we're using, of course.
So let's add some of the 3D. Do you know something? I don't like these little things.
I prefer bigger ones.
I do like bigger ones. Yeah, I don't like them at all. I don't know where they're from, but I think they're staying at home next time. Wait, I mean, look.
Bit fiddly.
Fiddly? God blimey, you need your glasses on to take backs off them. And anyway.
You don't match all the glue.
No, you don't. So let's go. Yeah, 10 glues actually, Dave. I do.
Yeah, 10 glues.
Yeah. Let's just put them on it in big chunks. Look.
Stick the sheet on.
Absolutely, absolutely, Dave. Let's just put the whole lot on, and then I can say I've used them.
Can I have some more big ones, please?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're no good to man the mouse, them, are they, really? So let's just...
You do lose the will, don't you, really, after a while?
Well, I suppose they've got a purpose, but in this instance, not in my world, they don't. So let's go on the back as well. Here we go, look.
There you go. That's a chunk and a half, that's it.
That's more like it, isn't it? Look, they get everywhere.
She's not at all frustrated.
I mean, look, let's just stick them on. Everybody's at home saying, goodness, Jodie, how many 3D foam pads?
I do 10 cards with that number of...
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, I've got one sticky one there, look. That's all right, that's fine. So there we go. So we've got some depth going on now. We have. Okay. So, taking my half card, we're going to add that onto there, bringing it so it's parallel with the shape behind. We're going to have just married. Now that is the gold that's in the show today.
Right.
Yeah, so...
That's the gold mirrored card.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. That's got that sheen on it, so...
Lovely.
It is. It's really, really nice. And it die cuts like a dream. There's none of those little, you know, with mirror cards you tend to get little stringy bits when you die cut. There's none of that with the Craft Perfect card. So, nice little shadow happening on there. And then that is going to sit into the middle of there. And then just married, it's going to have a little bow just at the top there. And there we go.
There it is.
But look at the depth. Just with the different layers.
So how many Victorian frames have you used there? 1, 2, about 4?
1, 2, 3 different sizes.
3 different sizes of the frame.
But then the detail, 2 detail in there as well.
So 5 in total out of all the dies. And you get 19 of those Victorian frame dies in the set.
Yeah.
So everything from that huge cutting die. You will need, of course, your big machines rather than the smaller ones, but they go right down to that little diddy aperture down the bottom there as well. The detail in them is phenomenal. Just pick which ones you need for the project that you're doing and they will look amazing, I'm sure. So that is part of the offer. The other part of the offer that comes with it, included in the price, is this one, which was our first demonstration, the easel card. And it's the outside edge of this collection that cuts you the blank for the easel card. So it gives you the base, it gives you the top, and then the rest is just purely decoration, which you can, of course, mat and layer onto there. And you get the bow as well. So the whole lot together, £12 off, £37.98. Have so much fun with them. 730-637 for both of those. And here are some of the finished cards here. I must admit, that's one of my favourites. I love what you've done on that.
But you can play with them, you know. If you do want to make a frame, maybe you've got a wooden frame at home and you want a mount to go on the inside of the frame. Perfect.
Yeah. And you can cut things like grey board with them as well. You may need to go through a couple of times on the machine, but they'll cut beautifully. And yeah, there they are with a £12 discount. And they've been very, very popular in the last few days. 730-637. It's a happy hour price, only though until 2 o'clock this afternoon. And the website's got all the other happy hour deals. You've got 9 minutes and counting. When the next show starts, these prices end, I'm afraid, and they go back to where they should be. So you've got a good few minutes to get on the website or get on the phones to place your order before the prices go up. The glue is just one of those must-haves. Don't pay full price for the glue. When you get a happy hour opportunity, grab it. The blending mat as well, the cutting mat, that's perfect. Look, 5-star reviews. A tenner, £9.99, and delivered for that price if you're a Freedom member as well. I know where these glues are going. We've got the matting and layering dies. We've got the magazine with all the bonus goodies as well, with all the projects that relate. It's lovely, actually, that you've got the projects in the magazine that work with what you're getting as a bonus. So the embossing folder, the stamps, and the dies, all the projects to use them on are in there, so lots of inspiration.
Do you want some glue? 10 of them for £10.99. No.
If you don't buy them, Jodie will.
I'm having these. These are going home with me. Yeah, I'm a bit short at home. And look at the price of them. £1.10 a tube.
And they're double-ended too,
They're double-ended, spread on one end, fine nipper on the other. Can't go wrong. Corker of a price.
Now, everyone's going mad for these. It's something that you need. Glue is something that a crafter needs on a regular daily basis. Why buy a tube at a time and then find out that you've run out? If you've got like a group or... You realise you'd be frisked on the way out?
Well...
Security will have a field
day. They're not going to find them, are they? I'd like to find them, go down there.
You'll set the alarms off going out. There we go. If you want them, then 10 of those, 29.5 mil.
Howard says I'll go down there.
Oh, I'm not going to go there. 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock. These prices go up, OK? Nearly 80% of the stock gone on the glues. And 368695 is your item number. All right, now, lastly, let's have a little look at the magazine. What you like. 77 projects in here, including... how to use, of course, the fantastic bonus gifts. All those papers, the embossing folder, the stamps and the dies, all in here. Fab.
They're absolutely beautiful. The dies working in coordination with the embossing folder with the stamps as well. So in there, 77 projects, and they're a mixture. Some are just dies, some are just the papers, some are just the embossing folders, and some of them across, you know, across all the genres. You say, you know, have a real good play.
Also, let me show you those papers as well, because it's lovely that they're included, because often you don't find that that's as a bonus, as it were. But these are A3 size papers that have been printed as A4, so you can trim them down. You've got zesty lemons.
And this is all uncoated card as well. Well, it's paper, but it's uncoated, so you can still ink it, stain it, manipulate it, fold it. You can do what you want with it.
Numbers and letters. Poppies. These are great because obviously these are little toppers and tags that you can cut out as well, to and from, with love, congratulations. It's a lovely idea to include these. And these papers are featured in the magazine as well.
They are. Yeah.
As are the stamps, as are the embossing folder, and as are the dies as well. They all work together beautifully well. Busy hour. You've got another 5 minutes. Jodie won't be here for final call because there's no final call.
There's nothing left.
No, it's all gone.
The cupboard's bare.
Yeah, absolutely. So Jodie's going to be off now for the rest of the afternoon. If you would like to go for anything in the show, you've literally got until 2 o'clock to grab these. We're going to have a break now and then start the next show with Paola. We're letting Paola loose in a couple of minutes' time, but you've got 3 minutes. Security, you've got 3 minutes to get these deals. Yeah, we're letting Paola loose in a second, and then it's Sheena Douglas with Creator Flower. Sheena's here for a double whammy this afternoon, actually, and she'll be back with 3D embossing folders the hour after that. All coming up on Hochanda.
Hello, I'm Kathy.
And I'm Mel.
And together we're Pink Ink Designs.
We're a small independent company who produce hand-illustrated fabric patterns.
And we digitally print all our designs onto fabric for you to colour, embroider and decorate with three-dimensional elements.
We've been coming to Hochanda for almost a year. We absolutely love coming and working with the team over there, but even more, we love bringing our products to show you.
And we're looking forward to sharing our top tips with you, how to paint, embroider and make really bespoke patterns.
Hi, I'm Chloe from Chloe's Creative Cards. We are an award-winning family company based here in the northeast of England. We've been working with Hochanda since the very beginning and the launch of the channel, and we've had such an amazing journey so far. We've been bringing you lots of fabulous new stamps, dyes, glitters, embossing powders, and we've got so much more to bring over the coming years too. Over the coming months and year, we'll bring you some fantastic new products to Hochanda. We'll be extending our dye range and we'll be bringing you some fantastic new stamps as well, along with our gorgeous sparklicious glitters and some fabulous new colours in the wow embossing powders too. It's going to be a brilliant year and I really hope that we'll bring you something that inspires you in your card making. Don't miss my shows and craft along with me on Hochanda.
Hiya, good afternoon. You haven't got your theme tune.
Oh, yeah, we should have something like flamenco or something like that. Yeah. We should be, right? No.
Let Paula loose. Yes, yeah, we should do. Because that's what you're kind of standing in for Leonie today.
Yes, I am, because Leonie was going to be away, and then so they asked me to do them, and then obviously that Leonie is back, but it already was planned everything.
So we're letting Paula loose for the hour. So I'm just going to be here to kind of talk you through what's in the show, and then what have you got planned for demos?
Well, we are going to do a home decor piece that could be very easily translated into card, and just using aqua flows and beautiful wings, and also a little bit of gold flakes.
Ooh, sounds good. Yeah. Sounds really good. Now, Mariposa.
Mariposas, yeah, we have got her here. Yeah.
We've got the butterflies.
Yeah.
We've got the butterflies. Now, these are gorgeous dies from Tonic, and you're getting, basically, for £10.99, you're getting both of these. Wow. Look at the size of them for £10.99.
Yes, you are. So this one is the first part of the wings and things, butterflies, which are one of my favorites. I will be using the larger one in here for my first demo. They are beautiful, detailed, focal point, essential dies from Tonic.
I thought the £10.99 was a good price, but there's actually a Freedom discounted price as well, delivered for £9.89. That is quite crazy. Now, 40% nearly of the entire stock went in the earlier show. And to give you some idea as to what you can do, that's the size of them. Aren't they lovely?
Yeah, so they are beautiful dies, that intricate, and then you can color in, use the die as a coloring in, you can layer it up, you can make it into glittery, you can make it for home decor. I just love how the same size, same shape of butterfly, you have got those two different sizes, whether it's the smaller one, perfect for those smaller details, and then I would call it the monarch one, the larger one, just very driving the attention, the focal detail.
And with butterflies, there's no rules. You can go to town on the colours. That's why I love them so much. You know, just go for it. OK, so that's our first one, 296377. The next one, this is beautiful. Every time I've seen this, I've just fallen in love with it. Look at this finished card to give you an idea of how elegant and sophisticated this butterfly can be. Wow.
It is. This one is magical. Leonie described it as, you know, it's kind of almost, it could be the fairy wings, it could be a dragonfly, it could be a butterfly, it could be a fairy, it could be an angel wings. You can trim different elements as well to create a decoupage sort of feel. You can also, if you trim a little bit the top ones, you can have the kind of drop wings of a fairy. So there are different ways of using them. And what I love about this whole collection is that you can buy this like that die, and then you can get the body separately, and you can choose whether you put a body of you know, of a fairy, or you can put just the body of a butterfly.
Yeah, absolutely. So many ways of using them. They're really lovely, and like Paola said, you can snip into them and make them a little bit shorter if you want to, but they're really versatile. £10.99 for these. That's 447410. That's the Celestia Wings is what it's called. Really beautiful. Now, the Mariposa. Well, they're all Mariposas.
Yeah.
But this has got the name of Mariposa. Wow. That's a big
this
die.
one is a stunning die. This one is the die that it's over 4 inches in height and length. So you have got, it just commands the attention, is that detail. And again, it comes without the body, so you can choose whether you put the body or not. You can have it glittered in your cards. You can have it as a focal point of the home decor piece. You can make it traditionally and very, very pretty, or you can keep it simple and very modern and striking for home decor. For, like I did the bowl with the butterflies early on, and it's just so nice to have a detailed butterfly that is large.
And if you missed that show, that was at, what time was that?
11? That was 11
o'clock. This is what Paola did earlier.
So
Round a balloon. I actually didn't see the show. I was out doing some shopping, so I missed it.
So we have got here in the 2 parts. So basically, that's the part that I did earlier, and you can see that incredible. One. That is the Mariposa, which is a really large one. So it fills the balloon quite easily. Because if you just use the smaller ones, it takes forever.
Well, if you're intrigued how to do that, look on catch up on Rewind on our website. The 11 o'clock show this morning will show you how that was done using a number of dies. That one in particular, the Mariposa.
Yeah. Well, I used the 3 of them, but the Mariposa is, I think, the one that will fill more the space, so it's the one that I would start die cutting with.
OK, well, that's approaching 2/3 of the stock gone. If you want the Mariposa, that's also got a freedom price of £9.89 on it as well. 632335, the biggest butterfly of the 3 of them. And then we have the butterfly and the dragonfly bodies. So they will work with the wings we've just shown you as well.
Yes, they do. So basically, that's just what I was referring to having the option of building the body, whether you wanted to cut it into a different color. And also, you have got 2 different bodies, plus those 3 little butterfly silhouettes of butterflies. I called it, this one is the, you know, nice and, you know, with the hearts and very kind of regular, kind of straight. And then you have got the flirty one, the one that is just, you know, moving a little bit, you know, twisting her
I didn't actually see those hearts until you said it. And that's almost like a hidden message for Valentine's Day, isn't it? It is.
You could make it into red and, you know, red and white and, you know, color that way. Or you can put it maybe black or, you know, just to make it a little bit more kind of modern.
Well, they're on a freedom discount as well. £10.99 if you're not a freedom member, £9.89 if you are, delivered for £9.89 as well. No P&P. 197323. And don't forget, if you want to become a freedom member, you can join at any time. It's not just on certain days of the week or certain times. You can join whenever you like. It's 888. It's £6.97 for a whole month's membership. And what that gives you then is standard delivery on everything that you buy, postage paid for the whole month, so you don't have to worry about P&P at all, and you get access to those freedom prices as well. So that will be £9.89 delivered. So today, if you're a freedom member, you'd save the £2.95 postage and a further £1.10 off the cost of those dies as well. So it makes sense to become a freedom member, doesn't it?
It does.
OK. Now, over 40% of those dragonfly and butterfly bodies is gone. And then the last one we're going to show you before Paola cracks on with a few demos, and have a little look here. These are beautiful. This is your Sweet Melia and Apple Blossom, OK? And these are £12.98. This is saving £24 off the price. Oh my goodness, what a reduction.
It is an amazing reduction. And you know, the thing about the Let Loose shows is that we get to choose our favorite dies, our favorite products. And these ones were some of my all-time favorite flower dies. They are versatile, so it means that the flower dies, they have got that die inside it. So if I take it out, so you can see. So you have got the outside. So you have got that one that will give you the bold outer shape. And then if you want to use that intricate die inside it, that will cut into the card, creating that beautiful intricate lace cut inside of your flower. Now, the other thing you can, it comes with leaves and scrolls as well, so it's much more than flowers. Whether you want to go 3D, whether you want to just go traditional style, this set is just one of these essential ones that I keep going on. I keep going back and back to it. So you can see it, very fresh, very modern, very intricate and pretty if you wanted to.
I can see why you love them so much.
I just love it. And this one, I just wanted to show, these ones are the apple blossoms as well. Look how they have shaped them. I think this is Alison who has made this one. And just make them, shape them well. And you can make them into beautiful handmade 3D flowers for your cards. Or if you want to do, like, you know, proper paper flowers to display in your home. I hope that I have got time to show it, how to do it.
We had the paper shaping tools in the last show with Jodie, so
they will be really good for these sorts of flowers.
To make them curved.
To make them curved, to have the foam underneath it, to just give that shape and dimension.
Well, you're in the right place to get bargains today. Look at the reduction on this, £24 off, down from £36.98 to just £12.98, and over half the stock went earlier on, okay, in the 11 o'clock show. So this is Paola's last show. Let Paola loose. If you want to go for those, 129605. A few other things that are in the show then. We've also got our Faye and Pixie. Now, basically, these work brilliantly well with those wings we showed you earlier on. So you can put those fairy wings on the back of these, and they work great. £9.89 for those, and that's the freedom price on that one as well, 708914. Equally, though, they work well without the wings as well, don't they? And then we have our wings and things, the Damselfly and the Dixie wing set as well. So they again can go on the back of those characters. They work well as well. That's £10.99, and they'll also work very well with the bodies, the dragonfly and the butterfly bodies we showed you earlier on. 231054. If you look on the website, you'll see them all. And of course, the more you buy, the more you save at the moment too. So over to, and I'll see you a bit later with a recap. All right, love.
I'm going to start off by die cutting. Well, I'm going to show you what I'm going to be trying to do. So this is the home decor, which you could also very easily make it into a card. This one is the Monarch and Princess Butterfly, which is the medium size. And I also use the body here, the one, not the flirty one, but the hearty one. Okay, and by the way, the sentiment is a will hand sentiment as well in there. So I'm going to put it in here so I remember what I'm doing. All right, so if I just forget, you know, sometimes what I'm doing. So I'm going to put the Monarch Butterfly onto black cards just to show you how beautifully it die cuts this with one pass. And these dies are just standalone beautiful butterflies that cut all that intricate detail into the cards. And it cuts it out in one single pass as well. So just run it through. These butterflies as well, they will work on any standard machine that is, I would say, medium size, around the 6 inches size. But obviously in the tangerine, it will work as well, which is an A4 size. So here we have got, I'm just going to put it, you can see the... Look at how gorgeous that is, that butterfly. So then, and then also I know the sizes, just to measure it up. So it's about 3 inches in height and is 4.5 inches in width. So just so you know the sizes. So it's a substantial butterfly. Now I'm going to start doing the background, and I'm going to go with the Aquaflows. It was funny because it's one of my favorite ways of coloring, and I just like to use it on my glass mat, which I tend to use all the time. And what I love about the Aquaflows is a water-based ink inside it. It's dye-based, which means that it blends really well. And it has got a soft nylon bristle at the end, but also has got these inside it, in the reservoir. It's soft, so you can squeeze and have some droplets of ink. And just put some color in there. You don't have to, be very careful at all. You can just take your Ultra Smooth, and now I'm going to tell why I prefer to use Ultra Smooth cardstock from Craft Perfect with the Aquaflows. And the reason is because in this case, I want to have that ripple effect. You know, that kind of edges, different, like really little bits and pieces that it will dry as it is. It doesn't bleed too much. Now, you can see the intensity of the color. You can pick it up more and more, and then you can add more layers. There is one fabulous papercraft artist in his own right, that he always says, Seth after, you are always, just build the layers. You are always one layer away from magic, so just build those layers. So you can, I could leave it like that, or you could go in and then add more. So it's saying, I want some red in there. So make a splatter in there. You can diffuse it a little bit with a water mist. You can see how it bleeds, and then just pick it up. and there you can see how it adds those layers. Now the intensity and concentration and the ink in the Aquaflows makes it possible. And by the way, they are all matte colors, and this is brilliant because I don't want sparkle all the time. I like a sparkle, but sometimes not all the time. Now I just sprayed some water over the glass mat and then clean it up so I can work in a clean surface. You can heat it up. Sometimes with pigment and dyes, if you heat it up, sometimes depending on the paper as well, it kind of can cook the color, so it dulls it a little bit. With the Aquaflows, I have found that it does a bit, but not too much, as long as you don't put the heat too close to the paper. And I always tend to do both you use the heat gun from the front and the back. By the way, I've been told that there are 2-minute cues. So sorry about that, but just bear with it. And then I'm going to do a few splatters as well. Now again, the fact that they are dye, it means that and they are not permanent. It means that it creates those little pools of color, and they push the color that already was there a little bit. Now with a clean dry paper towel, I'm gonna pick it up a little bit. So see, you can see how it kind of creates the faux bleaching effect. Now I can go with the yellow as well, and then I will go with the red. So basically I'm building layers on a flat sort of surface. I'm not building layers in sort of decoupage way. I'm building layers in terms of texture, of color. And I'm just using 3 colors of the Aquaflows. The apple, which is from the summer collection. Then I'm using the spice ginger, which is from the, this one is from the autumn collection. And finally, I'm using the rose, soft rose, which is actually from the spring collection. In the previous hour, my mom from Spain, she was watching, and she was like, "Oh, can I give you some money, and can you buy me some Aquaflows?" And I thought that was really sweet. See, now I'm gonna hit from the back to make sure that the paper is not heated too much from one side. And you can see that you can see how the little droplets of color, they are actually yellow. Even though the color underneath it was darker, you still can see that different droplets of color coming through. Now, if you want to add some sparkle, what you can do is take your glitter gloss, which is a transparent. It comes in sets of 2. And also, so it comes to set with 2 of the glitter gloss and then 2 of the water brushes. The water brushes come empty, and then you just refill them with water. Or if you want to create your own color as well, you could do that. So again, spritz it all over. Remember, we are creating texture on that white paper to make a different sort of background. And a lot of people know me for my clean and simple, sort of style. But I just like to create messy backgrounds, and then die cut them and create a clean sort of effects in there. So you have got that as well. But I wanted to get a little bit more texture. So what I'm going to do is going to do a big droplet here, 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 and there. And then what I'm going to do, instead of wasting it, I'm going to take a second piece of paper and then just plot it. Now this is also ultra smooth, so I know that I will have that, and then I will keep it so for next time. So, and then you have got more texture, a little bit here, a little bit there, just creating those sorts of effects. Now, what I'm gonna do is make sure, well, that is dry, yeah. And you can see there is a little bit of glitter. I don't know if you can see the shimmer. There it is. So there it is. There is a little bit of you can see the glitter, but it's like a sparkle. It's like almost, those sunsets or like aurora borealis sort of effects. You know that northern lights. There is the Spanish meaning, like saying the name in Latin. So then I'm going to put the dye here. This one is from I believe is the Hello Posy hard set. And then it's one of the tonic layering sides. Is the hearts, you know, there is like 3 beautiful hearts and an easel. Oops. Oh well. It's a water bottle, but it hasn't spilled or anything, so just run it through the die cutting machine, and then just gonna run it, and that will give a clean edges. Now the reason why I tend to do both die cut and then color in, and then color in and die cut. If you do that way, you have got, you know, traditional edges. If you die cut it first and then you use the aqua flows, you tend to have a more defined edge of color. Like the color tends to seep into the edges a little bit more, so it's a little slightly darker on the edges. But I kind of like it like this as well, and it works quite well. And the fact that you can die cut it like that, then you can see exactly which piece you are going to get. And I strongly recommend the Ultra Smooth cardstock because it's the one that I find it that the vibrancy and the way of the different layers work really well. And the details are there. Below. So the Ultra Smooth cardstock, and you get 20 sheets for $9.99, and it's just one of those ones that is a really good combination. I think it's 240 GSM also, so it's perfect for your alcohol markers as well. Now, so we have got this, and what I'm going to do is using the glue pen, Nuvo glue pen, which comes in a set with the gold flakes as well as the double-ended gouaches. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just add a little bit of glue on the sides. Now, this glue is one of those ones that never quite dries. Now, when you put it in, it's just like a regular glue. When you need to let it dry for about, I would say, 10 minutes or so. Well, not quite 10 minutes, but so it becomes sticky, tacky. So then the gold flakes will adhere to itself, but you still can brush them off if you want to do. So now to brush them, burnish them. Now I'm doing it like this on midair because the heart has got some scallop edges, so if I do it on the mat, I just find it a little bit harder. But if it had the straight edges, you could just follow it on the mat like so. Okay, so I'm not going to let it dry in here. At the same time, what I'm going to be doing is, again, using Ultra Smooth cardstock, I'm going to push down on the Nuvo glue pen to release quite a little pool of glue in here. You can see that it has got that kind of glue tinge in there, but when it dries, it's a little bit more, much more transparent. Now I'm going to be using these 2 tools that I have got at home just to create large splatters. It's not really a splat because I'm actually putting it and then just pressing it down, but that way will create me a random way, so you can just change the position of the brushes, and then just press. Okay, so you can see they're saying that I shouldn't be going to a Chinese. I actually can use it as a Chinese properly, yeah. So let's now, yeah. So there you have it. So we have it like that, the splatter. I'm going to let it dry in the side, all right? Right, and then I'm going to take my gold flakes. Now, I put my gold flakes in a tub, and this is my traveling tub. I have got a bigger tub at home for them because they go everywhere. You decant them in here, and what I do is I put a few, like I don't put everything at once. I just put bits, like as much as I need for a for using for the demo. Could I show you the tub, the gold tub? Yeah. So let me show you how they arrive. When they come to you, they come in this beautiful package box, and I have to say something. I stole some from this tub, but you can see I stole some like this much. I stole this much, and this. So I keep this pot like that. And then I just take as much as I think I need, and then close it up. Yeah, I'm stealing gold. I mean, that's really bad, isn't it? Actually, you know, I'll find some way of repaying it. And then I put it in my tub. And one of the reasons is, and then I'm gonna put it and rub it. And then you can see how you can just rub it around it. And you can see how it attaches to the glue. Sorry, like I'm coughing on top of the gold gilding flakes. That is, and by the way, this is not real gold. I wanted to make sure that, you know, nobody is thinking that I'm actually stealing gold. I'm not, you know. All right, so just make sure, and look how beautiful that contrast. Right, now I'm going to try to clean that as much as possible. Close it up. And now I'm gold finger as well. Right, so yeah, it goes everywhere. Now you are also getting in the kit the double-ended brush. I use it for blending inks. I use it for creating, and they are double-ended, so you can have different colors for each end, or you can have here the gold flakes for one and the other one for inks. Now then I just brush it off, and this is what it does, is varnishes the gold. And then you can remove any excess as well. And there you go. Look at how beautiful. And because the dye has got that beautiful scallop, it still has got that detail. All right. Now I have gone ahead and have another. I have a frame here. I just taken it off, but this I'll put it back. Don't worry. You worry. I haven't broken anything. You know, I tend to break a lot of things, but I haven't broke that one. All right, so we have got here the splatter that I have done beforehand. I did it yesterday. And what I do, and you can do that, let it dry. And then if you want to protect it, use the backing of a sticky sheet, like stickers that you have got. Just use it so that way you are protecting and easily will remove itself. All right, I don't throw anything away, and I keep, like, you know, even the backing of the sheet. So then I kind of gonna take my gold flakes in here. And again, I'm going to rub the gold flakes over. Now, at home, I'm a little bit more tidy, and I make sure that I don't use as many flakes. I'm making such a big mess, but you know what? We are crafters. We are allowed to make mess. And I'm having let loose, so I can make as big mess as I wanted. Right. I'm going to put the address in there and then just brush it off. Now, please don't be as wasteful as I am here today. I'm really feeling very, very, very wasteful. So then just brush it off, any excess. And then you have got the beautiful gold splatter in there. So we are creating the sort of linking. So here we have got the splatter in color. Here we have them in gold flakes. Right, so now we're going to put it onto our frame. And so we are building those colors in there. And see, more or less, I haven't glued yet the heart, but I kind of just make sure that I like the position in there. I like things that are off-center, but I think maybe in this case I will leave it there. We will see once that comes down to the final moment. Right, so I'm putting that aside, trying to clean that up. Trying to clean myself. Now we have got here one that I have done, one that I have done earlier, more or less the same. And every time it will be completely unique. And this is what I love about the Aquafloss, is that, you know, completely random way. Now what I have done also is put a piece of Craft Perfect card on top of it. And I'm going to die cut it both pieces at the same time. You will see why in a second. Now I'm going to place it like this. And then take my low-tack tape to secure it in place, and then going to position it in the center, and I'm going to put it through my die cutting machine. And that the Monarch and Princess, I think, is half the stock gone. So well, it's a beautiful die, and I'm glad you all like it, because it's one of those ones that it's just an essential light. Now, because I have it like this, and I want to keep all the pieces, I turn it over, slide it up, and you can see how the bottom plate still has got all those intricate pieces in there. Now, I'm going to take my low-tack tape. You can use double-sided tape if you want to. Especially if you're going to glue it flat on a card, you could use double-sided tape. But for this time, I'm going to use double-sided, washi tape. And what is that? What this does is just make sure that all those pieces stay in place. Now, I have die cut it using 2 pieces of card, just because I wanted to, A, I wanted the one that was completely die cut, and B, because that means that in the bottom layer it's more likely to stay in place, all those pieces. Many times I have cut it just one time, and even though I have turned it over, the pieces have fallen off, and I'm just a little bit lazy when it comes to crafting and everything else, to be honest. So I'm just gonna put them, those pieces, make sure that there are no flying out elements. Just gonna trim that bit in there, and then just gonna use a tiny piece of card in there. And now I can take it out. You can see the outer has cut perfectly, even 2 layers. Depending on die cutting, and you can use this as a negative. I mean, that would make a beautiful card. Just stamp a sentiment, put it on top of a white card, stamp a sentiment in here, or place the black one in here, and that will work really well. Actually, I quite like that better than my original. This always happens. Or you could do it, yeah, that as well. Yeah, that's the beautiful thing about paper crafting. You can use it all different ways. Now, take that one out as well. And now, lift it up. Well, you could keep it, but you have got the solid one, and we are going to put the white on top as well. So we have got that in one whole piece, but also we have got that to go into it. So you can have with the black. That looks quite good, that looks stunning, or you can have it with the white, or you can do what I'm going to be doing, which is, sorry, I'm going to do some butterfly surgery here. Cut it off, and you could do it like sideways as well, and then we are going to put it sorry, I had my cough came back in there, so apologies for that. So I'm going to put the butterfly, I'm going to glue it all together. Now, I'm going to use the funky glue pen, which was in the happy hour beforehand. So I hope you got that, because it was a good bargain. So I'm just going to put it in here. You can see I like to leave, I just glue the body and then have the leaves in there. And then I'm just going to put the black one just underneath it to create that edge around it. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue in here and just slide it. And this one that I'm using is the Monarch that comes with this size, and I'm going to show you the smaller size as well, so you can see the so it comes with a set of 2 butterflies. So it's the same shape with the little one and the big one, mommy and the baby. And it's nice to have both sizes as well. Now I'm going to put it in there, just make sure. Now, because I have got the washi tape, excuse me, I'm going to make, sometimes the washi tape has got that wax feeling, coating, so you want to make sure that you glue it properly in there. And then once I put it in here, look how it stands out much more. Right. So then I'm going to glue it onto the card, onto the front of the frame. You could use, obviously this could work really well for the front of a card, and Valentine's coming up, this would work really well. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of, well, I could put my foam pads here. For once, I know exactly in which drawer they were. It's like, that's a new one. Usually I have to look through all sets of 8 drawers to find them. Yeah, and then we're gonna put her in there, and then here I have got the body of the butterfly. Oh, apologies, my cough is really doing fine. And then I have got there, and then I'm gonna die cut I have die cut the love, and then put the love in here, and there I have cut. And this is my first, yeah, that's done. Pretty much the same.
I love it.
Different sizes, but
Love it, love it, love it. Are you all right?
I am all right. It's just like, yeah, it's like cough and everything. Yeah.
No, that's absolutely gorgeous. Okay, well, let's recap on what we've got in the show, then the dies that we got in the show, and then we'll come back to Paola in a second or so. But if you have a little look at the main die that was used, so this is the Monarch and the Princess wings for £9.89, freedom price. Delivered, of course, for that price, otherwise it's £10.99 plus your P&P. 296377 is your item number if you'd like that one. We're calling them essentials. They are absolutely beautiful. They're exotic. You can imagine if you put some acetate behind them and colour them in with the alcohol pens, they'd look just absolutely gorgeous. OK. Let us go through what we've actually got for you then. Here's the Monarch and the Princess. We've only got one card here to show you, but this gives you a better idea of the size of it. Absolutely superb. Beautiful. Who doesn't love a butterfly? Spirit of freedom as well. Now, an update on the stock. Approaching 60% of the stock has gone on this. Spread your wings. £9.89. Beautiful. So, lots of fun colouring that in. Make mobiles out of them as well. Lots of people do that with the butterfly dice. Absolutely. And then we have the Celestia for you. Now, you can see why it's called that, because it's got a lovely drape to the actual wing on here. Now, this could be a butterfly's body in there. It could be a dragonfly's body. It could be an angel, a fairy, and you can attach those wings to it too if you wanted to. £10.99 for those, or that's also got a freedom price on it as well, which is £9.89 as well. I think all of them have, actually, in the show. And there's a finished card to give you an idea of just how graceful that is. It's very, very fine. The die doesn't necessarily show you that. Until you use it, you can't really appreciate how fine the detail is on the wings. Absolutely beautiful. Hooray! That's not included, but yeah. Lovely looking die. £9.89 delivered, 447410. Approaching half the stock has gone on that one. Maybe you've got some fairy dies already at home. Then think about putting the wings on there. The actual size of these, if you're wondering about that, whether they're going to work with what you've actually got, 3.9 inches by 4.3 for the size of that. OK. Next one, we have the biggest butterfly of all. Approaching 80% of the stock of this butterfly is gone. This is your Mariposa. £9.89, that's Spanish for butterfly. I'm sure Paola knows that, obviously. But she was quite impressed that I knew that the other day. 632335, your item number. And it's a big one, the biggest butterfly die of all. Absolutely stunning. And there it is, in a blue with glitter card, and there it is with a black with glitter card too. Beautiful. £9.89 the price, or if you're not a Freedom member, £10.99. 632335. Lots of you are joining the Freedom Club this hour to get these extra discounts, because if you buy a couple, or maybe 3 of them, you're instantly, you know, better off, aren't you? Then we go to the bodies of the butterfly and the dragonfly as well. So they will work with all the wings, of course, that we showed you earlier on. And you've also got, as well as that, you've actually got the kind of side view of those butterflies too, which are rather beautiful there as well. So you've got quite a lot going on there. You've got 5 dies in total in the pack. And again, another discounted freedom price of, again, £9.89. And that's got the one that looks as if it's kind of flowing through the breeze, and the other one that's probably kind of landed somewhere, with the hearts for the body too, which is rather cute. £10.99 for all of those, 197323, but there's a freedom discount on that as well. And just to show you, the body, that's 60% gone, by the way. There's the body that's been used with the Mariposa wings. And there's another one with the body being used with just one wing, but actually makes it look as if it's in flight. Really lovely. So that's £10.99 or £9.89. Then we've got our beautiful flowers. Now, these are Paola's, one of Paola's choices. She loves these, and I can see why, especially at the discount, because there's a massive reduction on this. £36.98 normally for all of those, down to £12.98 for both. So you've actually got 17 dies for £12.98. It's about 70p a die, 75p a die, thereabouts anyway. And you've got the outside cutting edge. So they are verso dies. So you've got, if you want to make a block shape, you've got that option. And then the detail in the middle is beautiful. You've got little hearts on those petals as well, leaves and swirls and flourishes. So really lovely. Queues on the phones at the moment, I'm afraid. So if you want to bypass the queue, the website is always a good way of doing it. And then you've got these are the paper flowers that have been made using these dies. They are stunning. They really are. And of course, they'll never wilt. They never die. And I'll show you some finished cards. That's an easel card that's been decorated with them. Here's a happy birthday card. And there we go, with that cut-out decorated detail. Just as the plain shape. You can cut thin layers of fabric with these as well if you wanted to make some fabric flowers. That would look lovely. And there they are again in different colours. The outside cutting edge and the decorative inside. dies, all included for £12.98. Save yourself £24. That's why I'm sure we got queues on the phones. Deals like this, 129605. Now, other wings and things, if you want to have a little look at the website, you'll find them. We've got the fairies, actually, on their own. But to be honest with you, that could be a young girl at a festival. Yeah, couldn't it?
Could be Leonie.
It could be Leonie and you.
Yeah, it could be. It could be, yeah.
Often seen partying together.
Ah,
yeah,
indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there we are. If you want the wings and things, that's the body. And, of course, you could put the wings on them. £9.89, so you get all of those. 708914. And then you've also got the damselfly and Dixie wings as well. And they would work, again, with those characters we just shown you. And that's 231054 for those. £10.99, and I think that's on Freedom discount as well, isn't it? Yeah, that's also got £9.89 Freedom discount delivered. So lots of Freedom discounted items in the show today, which is fantastic. Still 20 minutes to go, so Paola, over to you again.
Okay. So I thought we would do some 3D flowers using the sweet Melia and the apple blossom. These ones are such a beautiful dies because I love bold and modern flowers like these ones that this one is the apple blossom, and then you have got also the beautiful sweet Melia. So as shapes they are beautiful, modern, but you are also getting the leaves that you can use with them. You get the scroll that are not really nice scroll as well, so you are getting so much versatility out of them. So what I'm going to start is going to do, and you know, you can use any color, obviously, just to begin with, that is not too dark. Obviously, if you want them to make pink flowers, it always helps to have it the color pink. And then I'm just going to add the soft rose to get it a little bit more of that soft, vintagey rose color into it. And you can see that even though it has got already color in the paper, I'm going to transform it by using the aqua flows. I'm using, in case you are wondering, Craft Perfect's the Swift texture colors. This pink is blossom pink. I like it because it's one of those cardstock that are 216 GSM that allows me to use it to get some shape, to matting and layering, and if you are clever and use smaller cards, also to create some blank cards that are smaller. Now, the card not only changes the color, but it wets the fibers with the aqua flow, so it kind of is water medium inside it, so you can just scrunch it in there. So we have got 2 mini cues, so I'm sorry about that, but there you are. And then just gonna, but you can go to the website and that would be, there is no cues there. Right, so you could layer them up, and then you can layer and let it dry, and then you can see how you can layer them and make that sort of shapy flower. You can see that it has dried, and you can see the tone, how it has really gone in and changed the color. Even though you would think that a dye wouldn't transform a color card, it does though. But what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to color that one as well, and I'm going to layer them to create a proper 3D flower. So I'm just going to color this one as well. Now, if you wanted to have that sort of rolling flower, like that double easel card that we showed at the beginning, those ones you would use the floral craft punch set that Jodie had in the previous hour, and I believe these ones are how is the stock going? Approaching 70%. Is gone already, so well done for getting those ones because they are beautiful flowers. Now I'm gonna shape them. Well, they are wet, and then you can ideally shape them like this and let them dry completely before you take your scissors into it. But of course we don't really have time to wait them, or you could use the heat gun as well, but I don't know where I put it now, so don't worry. So what we are going to do is, in one of them we are going to cut one petal. I found it, don't worry, it's here, there were, it's here. After I looked, second time I looked, I saw, but you can hit it and make sure that it's right. I wasn't lying. It's just that I looked and it wasn't in the spot that it was, and then I looked a second time and it was just below it. You know, drawers, I told you, I didn't know, I never find anything at the beginning. Right, so one I had one, then I'm cutting two. And then we have got three in there. And then we are going to keep that one as it is, but we are going to cut a little bit in there. And then we are going to take And then we are gonna take the first one, the one that it was just the one in there, and then we are gonna put, now these are pipe cleaners, and I'm just gonna have 3 of them. Pipe cleaners, yes, the humble pipe cleaners. Sorry, and then we are gonna, or chenille sticks. That's the, yeah. And then I'm gonna put a little bit of hot glue gun in there, and then go to, just be careful when you do this, because I have got, as you know, those fingers that don't have much feeling anymore in there. But you are gonna roll it in there, and then just gonna put hot glue in there as well, and then take the first one, and then the 2 of them. Okay, so then we are creating that. And then put, and then we are gonna put a little bit of, so basically start with 1, roll it up, then the 2, then the 3. And then just you can see how it's building up those layers in here. Now, then we have got the 4 one, so just put hot in this hot glue on the center, and then just layer that like this. Now, obviously, be careful with the hot glue gun, but you can see that it doesn't really matter how you shape them. Every time will be slightly different. And then finally, the fly one. Okay, so then I'm just gonna put a little bit of hot glue in here, and then okay, and then there we have how you you have got the petals in there. Okay, so you can reassemble, you can die cut another one. That's the beautiful thing about die cutting flower. And then what we are approaching 80%. Now, to secure those petals, I'm going to add a little bit more of hot glue in there. If you prefer it, you could use Nuva Deluxe glue. It will be strong enough, and if it's obviously what you won't get burned. But because it takes a little bit while to adhere to itself, it takes a little bit longer to hold it. And for a live demonstration, I thought that would be better. Now, what I'm going to do is. This is florist tape, you know, it's the one that you can also get into cake decorating shops as well. So then then I just roll it up, and it's wax tape. You could have green washi tape. You could use white tape and then color in with any medium that will stick to the tape itself. So and then you can kind of hold it together, and you it creates, yes, that perfect little realistic flower. Now, if you wanted to as well, if you wanted to create that kind of morning dew sort of little droplets, you can take your Nuva drops, whether it's the morning dew or the strawberry coolies in this case, and then just create, and then just put it in there. I created those little droplets in there of color in there. Now, I forgot to show you something that is basically, if you wanted to create a like little stems. So I'm going to show you. All right, so to create stems, if you want to create those ones for the center, like this, okay, you could do that for the center, and I'm going to show you how to make them quickly. I have got here some wire as well, very fine wire, and then just this one is for sugarcraft flowers and things like that. They use it, and then what you can do if you want them yellow or any, get some crystal drops in there. Just make sure that is. I'm going to use that one is block, so a typical thing on there. So you're going to do with that one, and then just drop in here in the center, and then let it dry completely. Can you see there? So then when it dries, it creates those four kind of stems in there with little droplets in the top, and it will dry. It will dry like so. So you can see. All right. obviously depending on which color you can get. And that way you can create your own little, I don't know what they are called, if it's stems or stamens, so that's where the pollen is, right? That the butterfly then pollinates and crosses. All right, so now you could put that in the center, like so. So here I have got these ones that I have done with using the sweet melia. And I'm going to do it, this one is slightly different. This one is sweet melia, and I have colored with the ginger, spice ginger, making a hole in the center. And then the red, using the red one, just going around there. And I'm just going to put these ones through it. And you can see how it creates the beautiful sort of... Okay. And then you have got there. Okay, can you see? Can you see there? It's kind of popping out there. So this is how you may create all these different flowers, and every time will be completely unique. And of course, then if, you can create the flower pots. Yeah. So I'm going to show there. So this is how simple you can make them, or how elaborate, adding more layers and creating those 3D flowers that you can have in your house. And these ones, I actually made them almost 2 years ago, I believe, and they are still as the day I made them, which you cannot say that about many flowers. All right, so I'm going to leave them there for a while. And you can make with this one is the sweet melia, so you could do actually a poinsettia as well. So you can see there as well in there. So this is how you do the 3D flowers, and I have got another card to show you how to make. All right, so let me grab. Okay, so these ones I kind of prepare for it, and I kind of thought I would do a bright and colorful card using the butterflies and the aqua flows, which obviously are one of my favorites. Now, I love I love the idea of having a very organized sort of area and kind of starting. And so what I have created is a grid. So it's an 8 by 8. So I have made the center at 4 inches and then 2 inches and across. And then I have made holes inside the crosses. Now I'm going to take my pokey tool, but whatever it is, and then I'm just going to pierce it through. And then I'm going to go through here and just pierce it. All right, so you cannot see, but there are some dots in here. Now, what I'm going to go is the aqua flows in different colors. So I'm having here almost all the colors except the brown and the black. And then I'm going to go choosing I tend to start with a droplet of the spice ginger, which is so I'm going to put in this drop in the center. Then I'm going to go with the droplet of red apple. Then I'm going to go with indigo dawn. So that one is from the autumn. The red is from the summer. The indigo dawn, I believe, is from the winter. And so I'm going to go that way, and then I'm going to go one down, which is going to be the blue. So that one is azure blue, which I believe is the winter one as well. Okay, and then you cannot really see the color until you mix them up with water, so you will see the intensity. And then this one is the aqua splash, which is from, I believe, summer. And then I'm going to go for evergreen. Now, one of the reasons I have done this in this order, so it's the rainbow, but this way rather than this way, is because you don't want to put for anything that you don't want to have complementary colors next to each other. So I have gone green. Now I need to go. Sorry, I'm just mixing them up with the colors. I'm kind of get confused. You don't want to have complementary colors right next to each other. So I'm going to go this color, the yellow, and then I'm going to go with the soft rose, the last one. So you don't want to have, say, pink beside green. You don't want to have yellow beside blue, because if they mix it up, because they are complementary, they will kind of muddle and create a little bit of brownish color. Now I have got these droplets of, and then I'm going to spray water in here, and you can see how suddenly, and then you can see how the kind of the color comes through, and it's just, and then if it makes it a big pool, you can lift it up a little bit in there. Okay. Okay, so then we have got to create that. We let it dry, or we lift it up a little bit more. Every time it's going to be completely different, but I have done one that I've done earlier. Okay, so then we have got here the like the dry, and you can see how it has bleeded a little bit more and there. But just, yeah, you can tape it up and keep it into it or what I have done is just kind of clean it up a little bit in there, or spray less water. You know, it's up to you. But you can also do, the other thing is blot it. So use a piece of card the same size and just place it down and get a little bit of a different one. So you get different effects. And you can, you know, every time will be completely unique. All right, so then we're going to all layer it up. And what I have done here is, now I have done something similar to the first demo. So, you know, the blending, just put in the color in here, and you can see creating this kind of rainbow of color. Yeah. And then just place it like so, and kind of like it. No, that's purpley there, that's kind of right. Yeah, that's the right one. So the two yellows with the opposite color, so that will create that. And then to kind of bring it up a little bit, and just layering in with a little bit of black card. Now that will stand out a lot more. And now I'm going to die cut. Do we have time to die cut butterflies? Okay, so then I'm going to die cut the little one. I'm going to die cut the monarch. Oh, and we are going the princess and monarch. And then we are going to run it through the die cutting machine. Now these dies are very intricate, but especially with the tangerine, just die cut like a dream. Of course, they will work with other die cutting machines. They are the standard thickness of any. And then gonna take my butterfly out of the machine, and then we are going to have got, look at the butterfly in there, and I have got here one of the larger ones. And then like this. So I'm going to glue it all together. But I kind of thinking that it would be nice to have a nice sentiment around this corner here. So I'm going to take, okay, so we're going to put the hello in there. I'm going to take my, oh, where I put my stamp platform? This is try. Well, I'm not going to do that then, because I cannot find my stamp platform. So let's going to glue it all together. Just put in a little bit. So position them wherever you want it to be. I like that sort of 3 in here. Just place it like that. So you can see how these butterflies lend themselves to really kind of colorful, you know, mixed media sort of background, and as well as a very clean and simple, as a beautiful, subtle way. And then this is going to put the glue in here. And then glue it onto there. Then glue that. That looks quite nice also without the big background in there. But you can mix and match, and you know, do the background, see how you like them, and then put it into the card. And this is probably one of, you know, I tend to make mostly a smaller card, but you know what? I really like this 8x8 card. And then you have it like this, and we could actually put one of the flowers just in the corner in there as well. But anyway, that is the finished card.
I love it. I love those aqua flows as well.
They are so much fun, aren't they? Yeah, they are so much fun, and you can just use them to color flowers and to shape them and to create those beautiful backgrounds. And because they are matte, they don't have any sparkle whatsoever in them, you can just get that really kind of color, intensity of color.
Fab. Brilliant cards, great demos. Paola, when are you back?
I'm back on Friday for Nouveau launch. So
one day special?
6 p.m.
All right, 6 p.m. Don't miss that. I'll see you at 7 o'clock tonight. Lisa's on the way with a one-day special, and Sheena's on the way in a couple of minutes. More on what's coming up, though, right now. So yes, Sheena, she's here with the Creative Flower, and then she's sticking around for the next hour as well with our 3D embossing folders. And then Sue Wilson's Rain or Shine one-day special. It launches at 6. I'll see you for that a bit later at 8 o'clock tonight.